Hello, good afternoon. My name is Richard. This is Over and Over and Over Again, and this is the latest live watch-along. It is Arsenal against Brentford, of course, a big game in the race for the top four. West Ham have just dropped a couple more points. They drew 1-1 with Newcastle, so we've got an opportunity with a win by more than 2 goals this afternoon to go above them into 5th place. It's going to be a good game. It's coming up the other side of this. So, how are you doing? Good afternoon. We are back with a watch-along. Finally, Arsenal back in action, actually. We've not played much, have we, last couple of weeks or so, but we are back in action today. This is going to be a really big game for Arsenal, massive game. We really need to win, keep this little bit of momentum going that we've built up since, of course, beating Wolves, of course, a couple of weeks ago, which was a good victory, of course, for us. And we need to keep that going. We definitely do today. And another win will put us in a really good position, won't it, going forward, looking at what's left of the season in that race for the top 4. We've got some team news for you, of course, as always, as expected. So these are how the teams line up today. So for Arsenal, then, there's just one change from that win at Wolves. Obviously, Martinelli is suspended. So it's Aaron Ramsdale in goal. The back 4, Cedric Suarez, Ben White, Gabriel and Kieran Tierney. So Tomiyasu is only fit enough for the bench, although he has been in training again. In midfield, it's Partey, Xhaka with Ødegaard in the number 10 position. And then it's Saka and Smith Rowe either side of Lacazette up front. So just that one chance. So Smith Rowe comes in for Martinelli following his, of course, suspension today after that sending off that he got, of course, against Wolves. So on the bench then, it's Bernd Leno, Rob Holding, Takahiro Tomiyasu, Nuno Tavares, Sambi Lokonga, Mo Elneny, Amari Hutchinson, Nicolas Pepe and Eddie Nketiah. So that's the Arsenal squad for today. You know, not too many surprises there, is there, I suppose, for Arsenal, as you would expect us to line up. For Brentford, then, in goal, it's David Raya as normal. They've got a back 3. It's Christopher Arjan, it's Pontus Jansson and Ethan Pinnock. Then across midfield, it's Sergei Canos on the right, Matthias Jensen, Christian Norgard, and of course former Arsenal player Josh Da Silva in the centre, Rico Henry on the left, and then Brian Mbeumo and Johan Wissa up front for Brentford. Of course, they need points themselves, don't they, in this they're getting sucked into the relegation battle. They haven't won a game for quite a long time. So that's their lineup today. I'm sure they'll be hoping for a positive result. So they haven't picked up too many, have they, recently? We've got Herman in the chat there. Good afternoon from Toronto in Canada. Hope you're doing well, mate. I'm looking forward to the game. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be a tough game, of course, for Arsenal. We will put a score on there. We're still about 10 minutes or so away from kickoff in this big game today. So a win for Arsenal would put us in a really, really strong position, wouldn't it, in terms of chasing down that top 4 place. Of course, we know it's not going to be easy. We've got a lot of difficult games to come. And when you think about it, on paper, certainly this game today appears to be one of the easier games. I know there's no really easy games in the Premier League, but certainly this will be one that we would be looking at and targeting as a potential game to pick up 3 points. And that's what we need to do. We need to get revenge on them as well, don't we, for that first game of the season. Terrible defeat that was, wasn't it? I know we had a lot of problems back then, a lot of players out missing with injuries and illness and all kinds of other stuff going on. So it's important that we bounce back from that, get our revenge on Brentford today. Everything's changed around, hasn't it? Since that first game of the season, we were struggling. Of course, Brentford got off to a great start to the season, didn't they? They were flying in those early weeks, but they've come a little bit unstuck. I think teams have maybe figured them out a little bit. They're struggling for wins, and they are dropping back down towards that relegation zone. So they'll be looking at getting some points here today to try and help them steer clear of that drop zone. Of course, Newcastle picked up another point today. They're pulling away. All them clubs are starting to close the gap on Brentford, aren't they? They could be the one that maybe gets sucked in. So they've got a lot of work to do still, Brentford, if they're going to survive their first season in the Premier League. Now, we've only actually beaten Brentford once at home in the league ever in our whole history. and that win there was back in 1938, last game of the season. In fact, it's our last official game before the Second World War. That was, we won 2-0. That game actually was interesting because it was they used the action from that match as part of the film, the Arsenal Stadium Mystery, which came out that year. Quite interesting, I suppose, that now we're playing Brentford again at home in the Premier League. And this game is going to be featured on another TV kind of film documentary this time, of course, the Amazon documentary, which of course is coming out, isn't it, at the end of the season. So that's the only time we've beaten Brentford in the league at home, and that was a 2-0 victory on the last game of the 1938-39 season. And yeah, a long time ago. Since then, we've only played Brentford once at home. That was here at the Emirates in the League Cup, which was in 2017, and we did win 3-1. Lacazette scored a couple of goals that night. I think Danny Welbeck, didn't he, scored a couple, and Lacazette scored as well. So, and of course, our only league meeting in the top flight since 1946 against Brentford was, of course, that 2-0 defeat we suffered at the Brentford Community Stadium back in August, of course, first game of the season. So we've not played this opposition very often over the years, have we? Not for a long time in the league, certainly. The last time they visited Arsenal in the top flight of English football was back in 1947, and that game finished in a 1-1 draw. So Brentford are unbeaten away at Arsenal in the league for a number of years, but of course they only played once since then. So yeah, fantastic game this is going to be, I'm sure. London derby, of course, a new London derby for the Premier League at the Emirates, first time that this has happened in the Premier League here at this stadium, of course, as we said. So an important game for both clubs, but for very different reasons, isn't it? You know, I say we need the points to keep pushing on towards that top four, and Brentford need the points to keep them away from that relegation zone. It's getting very tight down there for them. But we started this game, we've played 22 on 39 points. West Ham in fifth have played 26 and they've got 42 points. They've got 2 goals better off than us. So a 2 or 3 goal victory, a 3 goal victory today would take us above them into 5th place, because we will still have 3 games in hand on West Ham. Brentford are currently 14th. They've got 24 points from 25 games. So they're averaging just under a point a game. I'm sure they'll take a point today from this one. Of course, Thomas Frank's side. They play some good football, Brentford. I don't think they're going to be the sort of team that's going to sit back, get everyone behind the ball as many of the lesser teams do when they visit the Emirates. I think today, Brentford will play some football, and it may be quite an open game, and I think there might be goals. But I'm hoping that we can come out on top. I'm sure we can. We have got better players in every position, really, haven't we? When you look through the team lineups, you know, Brentford have done well, but they are basically a championship side, aren't they? And don't forget as well, they are missing their top scorer, Ivan Toney, with injury today. So he's out. He's not been fit really much recently, has he? So that's been a big loss for them, because, you know, his goals have been really important. He got them promoted last year. He's a player I'm really interested in to come to Arsenal, actually. I'd like to see him as our centre forward next season. I think he's got a lot of characteristics which would suit the way that we want to play. And I think he would offer us a different threat as well, a more physical player. And he's a very good finisher as well. And of course, as we all know, he is an Arsenal fan, so I'm sure he would relish the opportunity to come to the Emirates at the end of the season if we could get that over the line. I'm sure if Brentford got relegated, it would make it more than likely that he would look for a move. And who knows? I'm sure he would jump at the chance to come to Arsenal if we could get that deal done. And I'm sure he would improve our attacking options without a shadow of a doubt. So, but he's not playing today, unfortunately, for everybody. We're not going to see him play. Probably good news for our defenders, because he is a very good player, as we've said. But of course, there is a former Arsenal player in the Brentford lineup, Josh Da Silva. Of course, he didn't really get many opportunities with us, did he? And he's moved on now. He's doing very well for Brentford, getting his opportunity in the Premier League, of course, this season. So good luck to him as well. We're looking out for his performance. He wears number 10 for Brentford. Very skillful player, and I'm sure he's going to be up for this game, wanting to make an impression at the Emirates, which he wasn't able to do while he was with us. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. It should be an entertaining game, and let's hope that we can get the right result. We shall see how it goes. We've got Shane in the chat today as well. How are you doing, Shane? Thanks for tuning in, mate. I hope you're well. Looking forward to the game. I'm sure it's going to be I think it's going to be an exciting game. I'm expecting some goals in this game. I think that I know we've not been scoring too many lately. Only 2 goals in the whole of 2020 we've managed in 6-7 games. So we need to improve that side of our game. We need to create more opportunities. Martinelli's not playing today, of course, as we know, but it gives Smith Rowe an opportunity back in the starting lineup. He's not started the game for a while, has he? And of course, we need some goals. He's our top scorer with 9 goals, of course, in all competitions. So looking to get into double figures for the first time in his first team career at Arsenal. So that'd be nice if he can get that one today, and hopefully we can push on and get a few goals. But I don't think it's going to be an easy game. Although Brentford are struggling for wins, they're a difficult team to play against. They've got a very exciting style of play, get the ball forward quickly. They're kind of a fancy Wimbledon, aren't they, in many ways, the way that they play. But it's very effective for them, and it leads to a lot of open games. Brentford are coming out onto the pitch now in their all-yellow away kit, which is quite a smart away kit. I do like a good yellow away kit, of course. Being Arsenal are now coming out, led out, of course, by captain Alexander Lacazette, who is, of course, captain now. The previous captain, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, is at pastures new. The referee today will make Granit Xhaka happy. It's Jonathan Moss, who's sent him off a couple of times, hasn't he? So hopefully we can keep 11 players on the pitch today. We've had 4 red cards, of course, in the last 6 games since New Year's Day. It's just an incredible run, isn't it, of red cards for one reason or another. It's just, a few harsh ones thrown in there, maybe a couple of fair ones, you'd say. But, yeah, things aren't really been going our way in that respect. But we've certainly produced some good performance, haven't we, with 10 men in some recent games. The Liverpool game in the Carabao Cup away from home was brilliant performance. Obviously, last week at Wolves as well. You can see the spirit in this team. We're just lacking a little bit of creativity in midfield, and we are lacking a real goal threat, a real good centre forward, aren't we, to finish off the few chances that we do get. We saw at Wolves, didn't we, that chance Lacazette missed at 1-0. That was an opportunity, really, that, a top striker takes. You get a 2-0 lead, and it's a lot more comfortable. And that's the sort of opportunities that we need. We need a striker to take, and Lacazette, unfortunately, has missed too many of them in his Arsenal career. So anyway, Herman there says, I watched 10 minutes highlights between Barcelona versus Madrid. Aubameyang looked very good. Well, I still think Aubameyang is a very good player, and I still think he's going to score goals. And, I don't know whether we could have done more, whether Arteta could have done more to maybe try to sort out the issues that obviously that we had with him. But anyway, the fact of the matter is, he's gone, and we have to get on with it without him. And I still think he would have scored goals for us this season and beyond. But anyway, he's gone now, and that's that. Really, we just have to get on with it and try and find the goals that we need to win enough games between now and the end of the season to get into that top 4. Has this squad got enough goals in it? That's the question that we've really got to worry about. Saka's been reasonably good form for goals. He scored 4 or 5 in the last 7 or 8 games. Smith Rowe is our top scorer. We need those 2 to keep scoring goals, don't we? Erdogan hasn't scored for a while. He had a good spell, didn't he, when he scored in 3 or 4 games in a row. So we need him back scoring some more goals, don't we? And if we can get him on firing, then I'm sure we will be okay. But defensively, we're looking really solid, aren't we? We aren't conceding many goals at all. So let's hope that we can keep that today. A clean sheet today would be nice. We're going to have a minute's silence for Steve Burtonshaw, of course, former Arsenal coach, and he was caretaker manager. It's actually a minute's applause for him. So Steve Burtonshaw, of course, fantastic servant for Arsenal over many years, and other clubs as well. He played for Brighton, and of course he was coach at Everton as well, Sheffield Wednesday, QPR. He did, of course, pass away earlier this week, aged 86, a real Arsenal legend from the 70s and 80s mainly, although he did actually stay at Arsenal until 1996, so a long time at the club, helped us to win a lot of trophies. He was chief scout for a number of years as well. So Steve Burtonshaw, RIP, my friend. Right, we're going to get ready for the kick-off now. This big game at the top of the Premier League. Herman says, I wish Pepe would show his 75 million. Well, he's not getting an opportunity on the pitch, is he? And I must admit, when he has played previously, he didn't really do enough for me, did he? So, but anyway, he might get on today. Who knows? He's on the bench, so we'll see. But Arsenal are going to kick off. We are in our red kickercalls, white sleeves, white shorts. We're going to be attacking the goal to our right in this first half, which is the clock end as we look at the Emirates Stadium, of course, at the end where the Brentford fans will be in that corner. And we are just about to get going in this big game for Arsenal in the Premier. Well, a big game for both teams for very different reasons. But we are about to kick off. It's going to be Arsenal to kick off. It's going to be Martin Odegaard and Granit Xhaka taking the centre for Arsenal. We're off and underway here at the Emirates today. Arsenal against Brentford. It's going to be an important game for Arsenal. We're getting the ball forward straight away with Bukayo Saka down this near side for Arsenal. He's got a runner outside with Cedric Suarez, who played really well at Wolves, I thought, at right back. It's a decent cross into Wolves and near post. It's headed away by Ethan Pinnock, I think it was. But Arsenal picked up possession again. Thomas Partey in midfield. It's been a bright start this from Arsenal. We've played 26 seconds and Arsenal have had the ball already forward and put a cross into the box, starting with intent, as we tend to do, and then we tend to drop off a little bit, don't we? Let's hope we can keep this run going in this game, keep pushing on. Cedric now in possession in the right back position, finds Ben White, thinks a long ball over the top, looking for the runner Bukayo Saka, but good defending actually from Pinnock again. And then Brentford in all yellow can complete the clearance. But it's an Arsenal player that picks the ball up again. It's Smith Rowe on that far side. First game he started actually for quite a while, isn't it? Certainly in the Premier League since December. Cedric now finds Martin Odegaard on his near side, gets past his player quite easily there, and finds Cedric, who's again made a good forward run. He's had the ball a lot in his early stages. Bukayo Saka plays it back in to Thomas Partey. It's a bright start of this Arsenal. Kieran Tierney's got Smith Rowe right over on that far side. Smith Rowe's playing over in that left-hand side position, the Martinelli position. Today, of course, with Martinelli suspended. Smith Rowe puts a cross in there, another header out. That was by Christopher Ayor for Brentford, but Arsenal still in possession. Kieran Tierney down that far side, gets past the defender, pulls across in towards the near post, but it's cleared away by Brentford. This is real pressure from Arsenal in these opening couple of minutes here at the Emirates. Granit Xhaka finds Gabriel. He's had a very, very solid season, hasn't he, the Brazilian for Arsenal. Brilliant he's been this season at the back. Probably been our most consistent defender, I think. Popped up with a few important goals as well, including, of course, the winner last time out away at Wolves in the last week or so we played that game. Gabriel's in possession now, plays it square to Ben White inside the centre circle to Cedric Suarez on this near side coming forward for Arsenal, plays it up the wing to Bukayo Saka. He plays it back to Ben White. Arsenal basically have had all the possession in these opening 2 minutes or so. Brentford haven't even got out of their own half yet. Ben White again thinks a ball forward, looking for Alexander Lacazette on his near side. He gets there ahead of the defender, Rico Henry, and he wins a corner for Arsenal, the first corner of the game, 2.5 minutes played. This has been a really bright start, this from Arsenal, actually. A really, really bright start. It is a corner to Arsenal, 2.5 minutes played. The corner's on this near side. It's going to be taken with the left foot of Bukayo Saka, so it's going to be an in-swinging corner. Arsenal have got a few players inside at the 6-yard box. We did, of course, score from a corner at Wolves in our last game. We've been a lot more effective from set pieces this season. Bukayo Saka now with this corner plays it in to Wolves. Edge of the 6-yard box. It's flicked on. Oh, Brentford just about managed to scramble it away. I think it was Ben White with a flick on at the near post in that Steve Bold position. Those who know, Bukayo Saka puts a cross in again towards the far post. It's headed down by Gabriel, I think it was, but it's comfortably into the arms of the Brentford goalkeeper, David Raya. Of course, a goalkeeper that we were interested in, wasn't we, a couple of years back. That never materialised. We ended up getting, of course, Alex Van Arsene, if you remember, whose birthday it was yesterday, actually. So happy birthday to Alex Van Arsene. But that's a bit of a scramble there from that corner, but Brentford just about survived. And they haven't really had any possession at all so far. We played nearly 4 minutes of this game. They've now got a free kick inside at their own half, which they go forward long up that far side, looking to try to get Sergi Canos, who did, of course, score the opening goal in the Premier League season this year, didn't he, against us, of course, on that Friday night game at the Brentford Community Stadium back in August. The Spaniard, and he has won a throw for his team in line with the Arsenal penalty over on that far side. It's could be a dangerous position. It's going to be Ethan Pinnock with his long throw, who's going to take this. They've got some big height, in there in that penalty area, Brentford here. This could be a dangerous moment for Arsenal. We saw this is how they scored one of their goals against us in the reverse fixture We do clear that one. That cross comes back in again towards the far post. The shot comes in. It's deflected off Ben White. And it should be comfortable for Aaron Ramsdale to prevent the corner. And that's the first effort for Brentford. 4.5 minutes played. They're very direct, aren't they? Get the ball into the box quickly, looking to cause us some problems. This time, they wasn't able to get much from that. The shot came in from Mbemo, and it was deflected by Ben White, comfortable for Aaron Ramsdale. Martin Odegaard now in possession for Arsenal, pings it over to that far side for Kieran Tierney. Finds Smith Rowe very, very wide over on that far side on the touchline. Played it in again to Smith Rowe. Gets it back. This is good play actually from Arsenal. It's Smith Rowe down that far side. Puts a cross in towards Martin Odegaard. It was Janssen there with the header. And Brentford now are trying to get the ball away, which they managed to do successfully. But another decent move that from Arsenal. That was down the left-hand side. It was good play from Smith Rowe, a decent ball in at the near post, but it was good defending. But now Brentford on the counter attack down the far side, got an opportunity to get the ball forward for the first, for the second time so far in this game. Back into the box, it's dinked in towards the far post. In fact, it almost caught out Aaron Ramsdale there for a moment, but it's gone wide of the post. Brentford are claiming a corner, but I don't think Ramsdale touched it. But I don't know if that was meant to be a shot or a cross, but anyway, it certainly caused Arsenal a few problems over on that far side. Both their two attacks so far come down that side, actually. It was dinked towards the far post. I think it was a cross. Ramsdale came across and then he let it go over his head. I think it was Matthias Janssen with the effort there, the Danish midfield player for Brentford, but it's gone harmlessly behind. And Arsenal taking a goal kick quickly. It's gone long by Ramsdale, looking to get Smith Rowe in behind, but it's cleared away by Ajer, the Norwegian, and it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Arsenal have been a much better team in these opening 6.5 minutes, but we haven't really had a clear-cut opening that goal yet, and it is still 0-0. But we've got a throw-in over on that far side, which Kieran Tierney is about to take about 15 yards inside the Brentford half over on the far side. Arsenal's left, plays it in to Thomas Partey. That's a nice ball to Ben White, and he plays it to this near side to Cedric Suarez. Now it's Bukayo Saka on this near side, finds Martin Odegaard. This is good play from Arsenal. Odegaard threads it through again to Bukayo Saka. Can he pull it back? He does towards the edge of the 6-yard box, looking for Lacazette, but it was good defending there. I think that was Pontius Janssen, who's gone down injured inside the 6-yard box, but we play on Martin Odegaard. That was great play. That was Martin Odegaard's ball to Bukayo Saka down that far side, down that near side. He got to the ball and pulled it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. Lacazette was coming in, but it was good, brave defending from the captain of Brentford, Pontius Janssen. But Arsenal still with the ball. Cedric Suarez's cross there is deflected off Rico Henry inside the penalty area. And Arsenal player's gone down. Was it Lacazette? Bukayo Saka's in possession, wiggles his way through, tries a shot at the near post. It's gone in to the side netting. It's Lacazette that went down in the penalty area there. I'm not sure if VAR are going to check this for a possible penalty. It didn't look much like a penalty, if we're totally honest. Lacazette's still down inside the area following that challenge. In fact, he was pushed in the back there, actually, you have to say. And then he got clattered by Ethan Pinnock as well. I don't think there's enough in that for it to be a penalty, though, to be totally honest. And the ball did fall to Bukayo Saka inside the area. He showed neat feet, actually, and in the end, his shot went into the side net. And Lacazette is now back up and running again. He's going to be a goal kick to Brentford. We've played nearly 8.5 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Brentford 0. Arsenal dominating this game so far, but Brentford have looked dangerous on one or two counter-attacking moments as well. So it hasn't been totally comfortable for Arsenal, but we have been dominating the possession. Brentford have only really ventured forward on 2 occasions so far, but they've got a goal kick now, which David Raya is going to take for the Bees, looking to do the double over Arsenal for the first time since 1936. But that's a header there from Thomas Partey deep into the Brentford half. Lacazette was chasing after that, but it is Brentford who win it. And again, looking to get the ball forward early, but that one's going to run all the way through to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Plays it out short to Cedric Suarez, and Thomas Partey, a little bit loose, that pass. Brentford almost pick it up, but Kieran Tierney does well, and he's managed to find Emil Smith Rowe down that far side, Arsenal's left. He makes good ground, Smith Rowe, but he's forced back now. He finds Kieran Tierney. And he finds Smith Rowe again. Arsenal keeping possession over on that far side. Plays it into Thomas Partey. Almost a dangerous ball that was there from the guy, Ghanaian. Kieran Tierney had to work hard to get that. Now the ball played into the area to Lacazette. He's twisted past his man. Tries to get a cross in. It's deflected off Janssen. Those two are going to have quite a battle this afternoon. It is going to be a corner to Arsenal. We played nearly 10 minutes here at the Emirates. Second corner to Arsenal. It's Martin Odegaard's ball. Got deflected through to Lacazette. Good defending that was, though, from the Brentford captain, Janssen. But it is a corner to Arsenal again on this near side. Lacazette is on his haunches already. Worked hard as always, but we need to try and get 90 minutes out of him and maybe a few more goals. It's Bukayo Saka now with this corner on the near side again. Arsenal's third corner. We've played just over 10 minutes. Saka's corner this time. It's deeper towards the far post. It's too deep and it's going to run out of play. Is it? Or can Odegaard keep it in? No, Odegaard managed to keep it in. Good play that was from the Norwegian. Cross comes in this time from the far side. Looking over to the far post. Bukayo Saka pulls it back to the edge of the 6-yard box. Saka gets it back again. Cuts back. Is he going to be able to get a shot away? Bukayo Saka. He does. It's deflected. Brentford don't really deal with it, but now they do. Arsenal appealing for a penalty with a challenge on the edge of the 6-yard box. Lacazette's gone down again. Don't think anything's going to be given. Another scramble there. Bukayo Saka did well a couple of occasions in that attack. And it was... Arsenal couldn't quite get the finish. It's been the tale of 2022, hasn't it, for Arsenal? We haven't quite managed to find the net often enough. Another little scramble there, but Brentford coming forward now down this near side. Good play again by Cedric Suarez. Finds Bukayo Saka, who does well. Plays it in to Martin Odegaard. Arsenal looking good in possession, but we almost lose it there, actually. Granit Xhaka, but he does well. Holds off the challenge and then plays a simple ball off to Ben White. Shane's in the chat there. He says... what are your thoughts on Saka up front? I think he'd be better than Lacazette. Well, I don't know. His finishing's not always good, is it, Bukayo Saka? I think that's the problem. But now it's Brentford on the counter-attack over on that far side. Inside the penalty area. Shot comes in, but good defending from Gabriel. It was just De Silva, actually. We'd love a goal, wouldn't he, back at the Emirates, I'm sure. But that was good defending. That was from Ben White. And now Arsenal can counter-attack. It is quite an open game, as we thought it might be. Bukayo Saka now on this near side for Arsenal. Plays it square to the edge of the penalty. Smith Rowe, can he get a shot away? He didn't want to shoot with his left foot. Kieran Tierney across. Lacazette's there. He scored. But he's offside. It's not going to count. The flag's gone up. He did look as though he was offside, actually. That was a good move from Arsenal. Smith Rowe looked as though he was going to try a shot from the edge of the box. Maybe looking back now, perhaps he should have done it. If it'd gone in, that would have probably counted. It was good play. Smith Rowe, nice turn. He didn't want to shoot with his left foot. Fred the ball out to... Well, I tell you what, that's quite a tight offside, that. Ball across from Kieran Tierney. Oh, it was very, very tight. You have to say, this is the shout for the penalty. Foul on possibly on Ben White. That was there just before. It wasn't given. But that was pretty... that was a very, very close, very, very close decision, that actually. That offside, it was a very tight one. But the goal hasn't been given. And Arsenal looking at other penalty incident there. I don't think that was actually. I do think the Brentford defender did get a touch on the ball on that second occasion with Lacazette. But I think they're doing a check here for possible offside or not, maybe against Lacazette. It's a very tight one. This might well be given, but it hasn't been given. It has been disallowed. Terry's in the chat. He says, "Afternoon, Richard." And in chat. How you doing, Terry? Thanks for tuning in, mate. Hope you're doing well. It's been quite a lively start to this game, hasn't it? 13.5 minutes played. It is still Arsenal 0, Brentford 0, but Arsenal have been the much better team. But Brentford are looking dangerous on the counter-attack. They're coming forward again. Oh, and Ramsdale had to come out there quickly at the feet of Brian Mbeumo, and he does well, Aaron Ramsdale. But again, when Brentford attack, they attack quickly at pace, get the ball forward, and they've caused us one or two problems. But Smith Rowe now over on that far side, he's having a good start to this game. Finds Martin Odegaard, who's also playing well so far. Drifts past his man. He's on the edge of the penalty area now. Martin Odegaard plays it to Cedric Suarez on the near side and gets it back. Odegaard's crossed towards the far post. It's a header away from Aya, and it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal, just in line with the Brentford penalty area on that far side, which Kieran Tierney is going to take. It's been a very good start, this from Arsenal, the first 14 minutes, but we did have the ball in the net not that long ago. Lacazette finished from inside the 6-yard box. It was given as offside. It was a tight decision, but VAR checked it. The goal didn't count, but we're coming forward again. Cedric Suarez plays it to the near side again to Bukayo Saka. He's playing well as well in this game. In fact, everyone's playing well for Arsenal so far. Martin Odegaard on this near side again. Lovely little flick around the corner. Finds Bukayo Saka. Gets it back again. The Norwegian on his left foot trying to get a dink across maybe. Plays it square to Thomas Partey and back to Ben White. Arsenal just keeping their patience, keeping possession. This is good though. Thomas Partey striding forward. Is he going to get a shot away, Thomas Partey? No. He runs into two yellow shirts there and Brentford can clear the ball away. And in fact, it's going to be a free kick to Brentford now. We've played 15 minutes here at the Emirates. It is still Arsenal 0, Brentford 0. Arsenal had one or two penalty shouts, had the ball in the net that was disallowed. But I say Brentford had one or two moments on the counter-attack as well. So certainly it's not all Arsenal, but Arsenal certainly dominating the possession. And I say we have had that goal disallowed, the early goal, which would really settle us down, and maybe we can push on from there and win this game maybe quite comfortably. But as things stand at the moment, it is still Brentford. Brentford are holding on to this 0-0. It's a long free kick there from David Raya out over on that far side, but couldn't keep it in. It's gone out for a throw to Arsenal, which is going to be taken by Kieran Tierney again. He overhit that kick there, did David Raya, and it has gone out for a throw to Arsenal. We've played 16 minutes now. It is still 0-0, and Arsenal have certainly been the better team. But Brentford again coming forward down that far side. They've had one or two little moments, Brentford. And the last thing we need is to concede first. But we have been really solid at the back, haven't we, in the last 10 games or so, not really conceding too many goals at all. We're coming forward again now. Granit Xhaka pings the ball across to Cedric Suarez. He's got Bukayo Saka in front of him. Suarez is now going around the outside to offer an overlap. Martin Odegaard instead inside now. Cedric Suarez has got the ball on his near side, cuts back in, puts a crossing towards the other 6-yard box. Lacazette's header over the top. He couldn't control that header at all. And it's gone over for a goal kick to Brentford. So, yeah, not really the finish there that he would have wanted, which was a shame. Gabriel Martinelli's in the stand with a woolly hat on, watching this game. Of course, he can't play today, suspended following that red card, but he will be back for Thursday night's game against Wolves here at the Emirates as well. Scott's in the chat from the Red Cannon. He says, great start. No, it has been a great start. You're right. It's been a really good start, but we just need the goal, don't we? We are having trouble putting the ball in the net. I mean, we did have it in the net, didn't we? 5 minutes ago, it was rightly disallowed for offside. A tight decision, but I think it probably was the right decision. We didn't really see the lines or anything. We didn't really get a great angle of it, but he did look as though he was slightly ahead of the Brentford defence. We have had one or two penalty shots. Anyway, Cedric now plays the ball into midfield. It was flicked on there by Lacazette. It looked like a foul, and the referee says no. In fact, Arsenal had 82% possession so far in this game. Wow, that's a lot of possession, but we're still waiting for one. In fact, he has given a free kick to Arsenal. Jonathan Moss, the referee, not the former keyboard player from the Culture Club, but the Jonathan Moss, who is a Premier League referee. Apparently he is. I mean, I'm not too sure if he should be, but anyway. Suarez takes that free kick. He goes back to Gabriel, and he plays it square to Ben White. Arsenal adding to that 82% possession now. That's a long ball over the top on this near side, looking for Bukayo Saka. What a great touch that was, and a great turn as well. Bukayo Saka past Rico Henry. Was he fouled? The referee says no, he wasn't. And Brentford managed to get the ball back to David Raya. Lovely touch that was from Bukayo Saka on his near side. Lovely flick as well it was past Rico Henry. Looked like he may have been fouled actually there. But the referee, Jonathan Moss, said no. And it is now going to be a throw to Brentford over on the far side. Bukayo Saka is still questioning that decision. We'll look at it again on a replay. He was onside. He timed his run well. Good ball from Ben White. What a touch that was. Brilliant first touch. A lovely little turn as well. And then it looked like he maybe was fouled. But anyway, it was outside the penalty area. The referee said no. And it is a free kick to Brentford. They're coming forward again down that far side. That's been where their danger has come from, hasn't it, in these opening 20 minutes. Gabriel's out there doing his defensive work well. But Brentford have managed to work the ball well down that far side. Ball played in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Good defending actually there from Thomas Partey, covering for Gabriel, who had been pulled out wide to that far side. Kieran Tierney now trying to bring the ball forward for Arsenal. Goes back to Smith Rowe and then to Gabriel. But Brentford again have looked pretty dangerous down that far side, down Arsenal's left. They've worked one or two good moments there, and Cedric Soares almost overrun the ball, but he did well. Finds Martin Odegaard, gets it back, but that's a poor pass from the Portuguese right back, who I thought played really well against Wolves. Deserves to keep his place in the team today, and he has done. Although you have to wonder whether that's as much down to Tomiyasu not maybe being 100% fit quite yet. I know Arteta was saying he'd been training, of course, heavily this week, but it's not quite the same as being match fit, is it? But anyway, Cedric probably deserved his place in the team. Now we come forward again. Bukayo Saka tries to thread it through to Lacazette. Instead, it comes to Martin Odegaard. He should have had a shot. He finds Bukayo Saka. Why didn't Martin Odegaard opened up for him just for a moment? He should have had a shot there, Martin Odegaard. Again, it's good play from Arsenal. Bukayo Saka it was, threaded it through to, well, it actually fell to Odegaard. It was meant for Lacazette. He played it back to Saka. The tight angle, he should have maybe had a shot, Martin Odegaard. I think he knows that now. But Arsenal do have another corner, but there is an injury to a Brentford player. It is Norgard, the Danish international, who's just getting back to his feet again. But Martin Odegaard's looking good in this game, but why didn't he shoot? It's another corner to Arsenal. They've just put a graphic up saying 3 corners, but I'm sure this is our 4th corner, actually. So I'll keep them right for their stats because they're obviously not keeping track of what's going on. There is another corner which Bukayo Saka again is going to take. All the corners have been from this near side, actually. They've looked dangerous. We've had 1 or 2 good moments from these corners. We've almost managed to force a goal. Can we get the breakthrough? 21 and a half minutes played here and nearly halfway through this first half. Another corner to Arsenal, which Saka is going to take again in, swinging it with his left foot, which is always a dangerous set pieces for Arsenal. Can he get a good delivery? It's not too bad. So we did a 6-yard box, but it's a Brentford head, gets it away, and the second one as well. And now Brentford can maybe try to launch a counter-attack, but they don't because we've won the ball back with Cedric Soares actually over on that left-back position. And now Arsenal trying to come forward again. The ball does fall to Martin Odegaard via a deflection on this near side. Plays it inside to Thomas Partey looking for a shot. He does get a shot. Pulled it just wide of that far post. A little bit closer to the goal than many of his shots have been this season. Of course, just that 1 goal against Aston Villa back in October. Tried a shot there from just the edge of the penalty area. Always pulling away from that far post. David Raya was at full stretch, but he would have probably saved it had it been on target. In the end, it was about 4 or 5 yards wide of that post. But it was certainly a better effort than many that Thomas Partey's made so far this season. Of course, not really noted for his goal scoring, is he? Certainly not for Arsenal. Just that 1 goal. He's in possession of the ball now, though, in midfield for Arsenal. Pings the ball over the top, through the middle, looking for the run of Bukayo Saka, who's gone down again. Again, he's looking for a free kick, and again, Jonathan Moss says no. Again, it was Rico Henry, who's now in possession as well, trying to bring the ball forward, actually. But again, Moss not giving Arsenal or giving Bukayo Saka a free kick, and Brentford now can try and build a rare attack in this first half. The ball dinked over the top, over this near side, but it's been over here. It's going to go out for a throw to Arsenal right by the corner flag on this near side. It was Johan Wissa there who couldn't quite get forward enough to get on the end of that ball. Saka is still speaking to the referee about that there. He was pushed in the back there, actually, by Rico Henry. Was there enough on it to be a free kick? I don't know. Maybe there was. But anyway, Jonathan Moss was having none of it. And it is a throw to Arsenal in a defensive third on this near side, which Cedric Soares is about to take. Probably about 25 yards further up the pitch where it went out. But anyway, we will try and build an attack from this if we can. Bukayo Saka trying to get involved. Finds Lacazette. It just bounces off his chest there. And Norgard manages to whack the ball forward for Brentford, but Martin Odegaard's now in possession, plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. Oh, that's a poor clearance, actually, from Ramsdale. Picked up in midfield by Brentford, Josh Da Silva, now with the Smith Rowe style socks, low socks. The new thing, isn't it? I don't really like, but anyway, you've got to be a certain type of player to get away with it, maybe. Smith Rowe certainly is. Jack Grealish certainly is. And Just Da Silva maybe thinks he is. He's got a little bit more to prove, hasn't he, before he can start wearing those socks like that. Of course, Tobin Heath does it for the women as well. And she has certainly earned the right to wear her socks like that, I think. But anyway, Brentford now coming forward. They're probably their best bit of passing, but listen, I'll say that they give the ball away to Martin Odegaard, plays it into Lacazette on the edge of the penalty. Lacazette tries a shot, but he's again maybe rushed his finish. He was put under pressure actually by, I think it was Pinnock, just as he was about to pull the trigger. But he seemed to hurry that shot a little bit actually. It was a poor ball given away actually. It was Granit Xhaka, a lovely little ball through to Lacazette. Took it on the turn. It was a good tackle actually for me from Pinnock to deny Lacazette a clear shot at goal. But again, he maybe snatched at it a little bit, Lacazette. He certainly needs a goal, doesn't he, to maybe give him a bit more confidence. He's missed a few decent chances, hasn't he, in recent games. That one against Wolves in particular was a really, really poor finish. And he did snatch rather at that one, which was it wasn't a great opportunity, but it did open up briefly. But it was good defending actually for me from Pinnock, because actually had a decent start to this game for Brentford, defending really well. But Arsenal's early flurry has kind of died off a little bit in the last 5-10 minutes or so. Brentford are starting to get a little bit more a grip of this game. And Arsenal maybe had a little bit of a lull. It tends to happen, doesn't it? You're not going to dominate possession at 82% for the whole game, are you? And Arsenal maybe just in a little bit of a lull at the moment, and Brentford have managed to just get a little bit more touches of the ball. But it's a good touch there from Cedric Suarez, actually. He pings the ball over towards the far side, looking for Smith Rowe. Kieran Chin is beyond him, will keep it in. Has managed to win a corner as he off the Brentford defender he has. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. This one, the first one over on that far side, which Cedric Suarez is going to jog across there to take. And it's going to be another in-swinger with his right foot. Ben White is still in there looking for his first Arsenal goal, of course. Ben White, Gabriel, of course, who did score the winner at Wolves from a corner, if you remember, last week. So he'll be looking for another goal. He's got 3 this season, Gabriel. He scored 3 last season as well. He does get his fair share. And he could be looking to get another one here. Cedric Suarez with a corner into the near post. But it is a Brentford head again. Comes to Bukayo Saka, does it? Not quite. Brentford do manage to get the ball away. And now they're looking for a counter-attack. But that's a poor ball, actually, from Aya in an unfamiliar left-sided position for the right-sided centre-back. And he's just scooped the ball out for a throw to Arsenal on the near side. Robert is in the chat here, mate. He says, "Hi, Richard. Hope you're good. Need Pepe." Well, I don't know if we need Pepe quite yet, but I'm not even sure he's going to get on the pitch today. He doesn't seem to be getting a lot of minutes, does he, recently? But anyway, we'll see what happens. We've played just over 27 minutes here at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 0, Brentford 0. It has been a pretty decent start this from Arsenal. Certainly, we've been the better team. We've dominated most of the possession, but we still haven't really managed to look that sharp in front of goal. And 1 or 2 opportunities have gone begging, but we are coming forward again. Granit Xhaka plays it out to Smith Rowe on that far side, cuts in onto his right foot as he likes to do. He's got Kieran Tierney outside him. Can Kieran Tierney get a cross in? The cross is blocked. It's going to be another corner to Arsenal. That's been the story in this first half, hasn't it? A succession of corners. Again, this one's over on that far side. It was good defending again, though, from Brentford. They're certainly putting their bodies on the line for their team in this game. That was Canos with that block, but it is going to be a corner to Arsenal, which Cedric Suarez again is going across over to that far side to swing it in with his right foot. Again, the usual suspects are up there inside that 6-yard box. It does swing in towards that near post. Again, it's a Brentford head. Aya, I think it was, with that header away. But Arsenal have still got possession of the ball over on that far side. And Arsenal are forced all the way back to Aaron Ramsdale, who's midway inside the Arsenal half, not really under any pressure at all. That's a long ball played forward over to that far side. Again, looking for Smith Rowe. Brentford do just about deal with it, but Granit Xhaka's there to pick it up. Granit Xhaka's got the ball back again, coming forward for Arsenal. Plays it square to Thomas Partey. Martin Odegaard's got a little bit of space here, just on the edge of the penalty area. Cuts back inside to his left foot. Tries a shot. Oh, it's a good effort that was from Martin Odegaard. He didn't want to shoot earlier on. He got the opportunity there onto his left foot from about 25 yards. Pinged a dangerous shot that was. I don't know if David Ray has got a touch on this or whether it just went wide. We'll see from the replay. No, it's just gone wide of the post. A good effort, though, from the Norwegian. He's having a good game. He's having a good spell actually in the team. In fact, he got deflected off a Brentford defender, which took it wide of the post. I think David Ray would have had it covered. But is it another corner to Arsenal? Again, it's on the near side, this one, with Smith Rowe's going to take this, an outswinger this time. So here's the 6-yard box. Again, it's a Brentford head gets there. Falls to Bukayo Saka over on that far side. Dinks the ball in with his left foot towards the edge of the 6-yard box. David Ray comes out and punches. And he's going to get a free kick, even though it's his own defender that's fouled him. In fact, I think the game's just stopped for a head injury to the Brentford defender there. The captain, Pontius Janssen. Robert says there, we need Pepe. He says, sorry, he's a great player, but I think there's a similar problem like Aubameyang. I'm not really sure what the problem is with him. He doesn't seem to be getting on the pitch, does he? And going for life in the chat, mate. Thanks for tuning in. He says, "Oi, Rich, mate. Hope you and your family are good. Come on, Arsenal. We need 3 points and revenge for the Everton defeat." Indeed, we do look for revenge today. But the most important thing is the 3 points. You know, if the revenge comes around as a result of that, then that's great, isn't it? But we need to win the game. That's the most important thing. And we've certainly had a good half an hour. We've been a much better team. We've dominated the possession, dominated the play, but we haven't managed to get that goal. We did have the ball in the net, didn't we? Very early on, Lacazette scored from about 4 yards. It was Kieran Tierney's cross from that far side, but the flag was up for offside and VAR decided to go with that decision. But Janssen is back on his feet again following. He did get punched in the head by his own goalkeeper there, which would have hurt, but he's back on his feet again now. I'm sure he's going to be okay. And we've got a comment in the chat there from Iladu, says Arsenal VP, exactly, and it is still 0-0 though, so we have to wait for this first goal. We're still waiting. And Brentford, I say, I've had 1 or 2 moments on the counter attack. They've certainly posed us a few questions, but it is going to be I think the referee's just going to drop the ball because he did stop that game for the head injury. There it's going to be uncontested. It's just going to be Arsenal were in possession, so the referee, Jonathan Moss, is just going to drop the ball for Granit Xhaka, and we can build up an attack. It's midway inside the Brentford half, and we're back and in play again. Janssen has just come back onto the pitch. He's running back to get into position inside the centre of defence for Brentford. Martin Odegaard now down this near side. Plays where the ball's fallen to Cedric Suarez, whips it into the near post. Lacazette turns, tries to get the ball back across the 6-yard box. Again, it's brave defending from Brentford, throwing themselves at the ball. But again, it's a good attack this from Arsenal. Maybe a little bit fortunate the ball fell to Suarez. A decent cross to the near post, a nice turn by Lacazette. And again, it's another corner. We must have had 7-8 corners already in this first half. And Eladu says there, it's a must-win for Arsenal. It certainly is. And we're certainly playing well at the moment. The corner again, this one, again, it's Bukayo Saka towards the far post. Again, it's a Brentford head that gets it there. It's gone out for another corner to Arsenal. This has been almost relentless pressure. That was Aya there with that header. And it's going to be a corner over on the far side this time. Cedric Suarez is going to trot over to take this one. We've had some dangerous-looking corners, but Brentford have defended them well. They have got a lot of height in defence. And we're going to have to do a bit better than that. And Going for Life says, did West Ham win earlier? No, they drew 1-1 with Newcastle. It was Joe Willett got the Newcastle goal to give them a draw. 1-1 that was. So good old Joe's done us a bit of a favour. But we need to win this game to capitalise on that. Some more drop points from West Ham. Bukayo Saka there tried a shot. Difficult volley that was. And Brentford have managed to clear the ball away. But only as far as Martin Odegaard, who's probably been our most influential player in these opening 33 minutes. Bit unfortunate with a couple of efforts as well. One very good shot that got deflected. He got the ball again on his near side. The Norwegian plays the ball square to Thomas Partey, who's also having a decent game. Back to Martin Odegaard. Tried another little flick through to Lacazette, but in the end, Brentford again managed to clear the ball away. They've defended well. And Going for Life says they're up the Geordies indeed. Certainly did us a big favour there with that equaliser from Joe Willock after Craig Dawson had given West Ham the lead. Kurt Zuma played today actually as well, just if anyone's interested in that story, which has maybe gone on a little bit too long. And Going for Life says John Sinclair will be happy. I was like, no, I'm sure he will. A few of the other Geordie guys as well will be delighted. They seem to be pulling away, don't they, from that bottom three now. And I think they're going to be safe. And Herman says there's 75 million shouldn't sit on the bench. Well, that's true, but you know, he's not done enough when he's played for me to justify being in the team more regular. This is an enterprising run from Rico Henry down this near side, or Rico Henry, maybe we should call him. But he has overran it there. It's gone out for a throw to Arsenal, which Cedric's going to take. He's had a pretty good start to this game, actually. Rico Henry, the wing back for Brentford. Thomas Partey plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. Now out to the far side to Kieran Tierney. Who would you play Nicolas Pepe for? I know Robert and Herman seem to be big fans of Pepe, but who would you pick him in the team for here instead of who? You know, he's going to play in one of the wide positions. Would he be on the left in place of Smith Rowe, our top scorer? Or would you play him on the right in place of Saka? I don't know. I don't think he's got a place ahead of either of those two in this team. But anyway, I suppose it's about opinions, isn't it? I just don't see who you'd leave out for him, actually. Granit Xhaka plays it forward there, looking for Kieran Tierney over on that far side. Good defending again from Brentford, who conceded a lot of goals this season, but they've actually defended pretty well in this game. But Arsenal won the ball back there with Gabriel. Now Thomas Partey, 30 yards out, plays it square to Bukayo Saka, looking lively down this near side in these early stages of this game, plays it back to Gabriel. Arsenal keeping possession, but Brentford are keeping us at arm's length at the moment. We've got 10 minutes to play in this first half. Good turn by Lacazette on the edge of the area, trying to find a way for a shot. Instead, he tried to ping it through to Smith Rowe, and again, Brentford defended well. And you can see how important Ivan Toney is there when the ball bounced back off Mbeumo when Brentford really needed it to stick. And that's what Ivan Toney is really good at, isn't he? Joel says there, Pepe seems to have a laid-back attitude like Aubameyang. Arteta wants real commitment, but I think not starting Pepe is a mistake. Well, we'll see. I mean, you know, who would you put him in for? You know, this is the question, isn't it? Neil's in the chat here, mate. Thanks for tuning in. He says, need to get that first and then a couple more will follow. You'd imagine so, the way the game's going. It seems to be that sort of game, doesn't it? But we haven't got the first one yet, have we? And goodness life, I'd like to see Amari Hutchinson. I've been following his development since he was like 9 years old. Yeah, he looks a good prospect, doesn't he? Another one to come through Hale End. Let's see if he can get an opportunity today. But Arsenal now coming forward. Kieran Tierney on that far side, just inside the area. Dinked it across the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, it's a Brentford head. The shot comes in on the rebound from Ben White from the edge of the penalty area. Good save from David Ray. It was straight at the Brentford goalkeeper, but he's got down well to save that. Again, it was good play from Arsenal. Kieran Tierney over on that far side. Whipped a dangerous ball in. It was a header away. It fell to Ben White right on the edge of the penalty area, but it was too close to David Raya. And another opportunity for Arsenal goes begging. Ben White's had a couple so far in this game, hasn't he? One headed opportunity earlier, and that one there. We've played 37 minutes. Arsenal are trying to attack again down that left-hand side. Lacazette's across to win the ball off Josh Da Silva, the former Arsenal player. This is a good play from Arsenal. Again, a cross comes in towards the edge of the penalty area. It's going to fall. Is it to Cedric Suarez? Oh, the shot's blocked. Arsenal appealing for handball. It was a good bit of work there from Wissa, the Congolese attacker there, doing his defensive duties for the team. Arsenal claiming his arm was raised. That shot from Cedric Suarez. The ball just wouldn't quite sit quickly enough for him. Wissa's got in. It has hit him on the elbow as he's slided across. I mean, is that a penalty really? I don't know. We will take it. He was moving away from it. I'll be surprised if this gets overruled and given as a penalty. I've got to be honest. I would be absolutely amazed. Neil says there, I think I'm slightly ahead of it, so we'll try and join you a bit later. Coming, you guys. He said it's defo coming. Yeah, it looks like it is. But anyway, the referee, Jonathan Moss, is now going to be chatting to Alexander Lacazette. It's only a corner, so VAR must have checked that. It is only a corner to Arsenal again on this near side. We must have had double figures in corners by now, surely. But would have been, I mean, I suppose you've seen penalties given for that. It was handball. It did hit his elbow, but he was turned his back on anyway. The corner comes in towards the near post. It's flicked on again, and it falls to Smith Rowe on the edge of the box, but the shot wasn't really hit with much conviction, and Brentford do manage to scramble it away. It's back with Martin Ødegaard again on his near side. It's a dangerous ball against the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, it's a Brentford head there. You have to say that if Arsenal had a centre forward who could attack the ball, we would be a lot more likely to score goals with this new tactic of whipping crosses in at every opportunity. We've got a lot of balls into the box, but Brentford's three central defenders are all well over 6'2". And, you know, we've just got no height in there at all, have we? Lacazette's not really able to win too many headers there. And it's been, I wouldn't say comfortable defending from Brentford because they've been stretched quite a lot, but it's not working, these crosses, are they, without a centre forward who can attack the ball and get on the end of them. But again, we're coming forward down this near side. This time Lacazette's wide, in a wide position, plays it into Ødegaard to Cedric Suarez, and he pings it across to Gabriel in the centre circle, knocks it out to that far side to Kieran Tierney. He's got a little bit of space in front of him. He's held up briefly and plays it out to that far side to Smith Rowe. That's lovely play from Smith Rowe. Cuts inside to his right foot. Tries to dink it across again. It's hit a Brentford defender. This time it's the crowd that shout for handball as opposed to the player. Smith Rowe again with a ball towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but David Ray is there. Lacazette this time and pulled away to the far post. He needs to be trying to attack them crosses, doesn't he? He's not getting anywhere near any of them. And that one was comfortable for David Raya, the Brentford goalkeeper. We are 5 minutes now away from half-time. It's been quite a frustrating first half for Arsenal in many ways. We played well, but we haven't really looked like getting the goal. And that was really good defending there from Gabriel. In fact, he's won a free kick. There was a challenge on him there from Mbeumo. And I've got a feeling Brentford may well be considering making a substitution now. I don't know if it's an injury or whether it's tactical, but so close to half-time, you'd imagine it has to be an injury, or you would wait, wouldn't you, until half-time. But anyway, Aaron Ramsdale's currently got the ball, plays it out to that far side to Kieran Tierney, and the Scotsman gives it back to Ramsdale, plays it through midfield. Actually, that's a good ball. Finds Granit Xhaka over on that far side, plays it in to Lacazette. Got a little bit of space now. Lacazette on the edge of the area. Lacazette does really well. Finds Bukayo Saka inside the box on his near side. Cuts inside. Tried to curl it in. It's hit a Brentford defender again. Looked like again it had struck an arm. Referee says play on. Martin Ødegaard now down this near side. Skips past one challenge. Can he get across him? No, he can't. He's held up by Rico Henry. Plays it back to Cedric Suarez. Lines up across over to that far side. And it's headed away by Brentford again, but not very far. Smith Rowe plays it in to Ødegaard. Tries to ping it in towards Lacazette. Again, Brentford get it away, but not very far. Ødegaard again finds Saka. Can Arsenal get the goal? It's back in to Martin Ødegaard on this near side. Finds Cedric Suarez. Can he get across in? It's low towards the near post, but it's cleared away by Jensen. By AR. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. And it is Jensen who's gone down, the Dane. And he's going to need some treatment there. Brentford's away kit's quite similar to ours, isn't it? Similar kind of yellow. There's a little bit brighter. And in fact, Brentford are making a substitution now. Maybe that's why it's going to be Vitaly Janjet, the German, who's going to be coming on. It looks as though it's possibly going to be Matthias Jensen who's going off. He is currently receiving some treatment on the pitch. There's showing effort from Saka there. The shot there, it struck a couple of defenders, came back at pace to Jensen, but I'm not quite sure if that's what injured him. I don't think it is, but anyway, it is going to be the substitution now. I say Vitaly Janelt is coming on for the Bees, and it is going to be Jensen coming off, hobbling away over onto this near side. And that's going to be an in-full substitution for Brentford. We're just 2 minutes away now from the end of this first half. There's been a little bit of stoppage time. There's been one or two injuries. It's been quite a fast-paced game, hasn't it, this first half? Arsenal with majority of the possession, majority of the chances, and Brentford just playing on the counter-attack, looking to get the ball forward quickly. But we are 2 minutes away from the end of this first half. It's a throw which Cedric Suarez is going to take in line with the Brentford penalty area on this near side. But Brentford do manage to clear it away only as far as Gabriel. That wasn't actually a good ball from Gabriel. It's picked up in midfield by Norgard, tries to play it forward. Again, Arsenal there. It's Ben White steps in. Good play that was from White. Now Kieran Tierney on that far side finds Smith Rowe. Those two have linked up really, really well in this game. Plays it back to Granit Xhaka, puts a cross in towards the far post. It's a little bit overhit, but Martin Ødegaard should keep this in on the near side, and he does. Just slows the play down and plays the ball back to Cedric Suarez, who's had another decent, solid game for Arsenal at right back today. Hasn't had many opportunities this season, but he certainly hasn't let us down the last couple of games, you have to say. Thomas Partey just exchanges passes there with Kieran Tierney, pings it into Bukayo Saka's popped up now on his left-hand side. Bukayo Saka there, got two defenders for company, tries to go around the outside. In the end, Brentford do manage to clear it away. It's going to be a throw to Arsenal again over on that far side in line with the penalty area. It's going to be Kieran Tierney to take this throw with 30 seconds away from the end of the first 45. There'll probably be 2 or 3 minutes added on, I would have thought. Arsenal still in possession on that far side. This is nice play from Arsenal. Kieran Tierney, can he get a cross in? Towards the edge of the 6 yard box? He does. Again, it's a Brentford head there. It's going to be another throw to Arsenal. This one's just in from that far corner flag. Kieran Tierney's again going to take it. Brentford have certainly defended their 6 yard box pretty well in this first half. We have now played the 45 minutes. It's just whatever stoppage time is. Granit Xhaka heads that on. Again, it's a Brentford head, clears it away. Granit Xhaka wins it again. The shot comes in from Thomas Partey twice, and it's blocked the second time as well. And Brentford managed to scramble the ball away. It's going to be 4 minutes actually of stoppage time. And Rajan was in the chat there as well. He says, come on, you Gunners. Indeed, come on, you Gunners. It's been a decent first half performance, but we're still awaiting that goal. Bukayo Saka now looking to get in past Rico Henry. Those two have been, it's a good little battle them two have had as well. You've had Janssen and Lacazette have had a good battle, and also Bukayo Saka and Rico Henry on this near side has been a good battle in this first half. Smith Rowe gliding past one challenge. Tried to play the ball through towards Lacazette. It was cut out well by Norgard, that was. But anyway, Cedric Suarez now in possession for Arsenal on this near side. Plays it back to Ben White and then to Gabriel. He pings it over to that far side to Granit Xhaka, who's playing well as well. That's a good ball up the line to Tierney inside to Smith Rowe. It's going to be the moment for Arsenal in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Cedric Suarez plays it to Bukayo Saka, just on the edge of the penalty. Dinks the ball across. Again, it's blocked by a Brentford defender. But Saka will keep this in on this near side. Bukayo Saka for Arsenal. Plays it short to Martin Ødegaard. Can Arsenal find the breakthrough in these last couple of minutes of this first half? Granit Xhaka plays it in to Smith Rowe. Brentford will be delighted if it finishes 0-0 at half time. They've certainly defended well. Ben White now has got a little bit of space. Is he going to stride forward and try a shot? No, he tried to ping it into Martin Ødegaard. It wasn't a great ball. It's run away from the Norwegian, and Brentford looking just to hoof a long ball forward to try to relieve a little bit of pressure and try to get Mbeumo away. But that ball just comes straight back again. Smith Rowe now running at that Brentford defence, finds Kieran Tierney outside him, whips the ball in again. It's Brentford head. It was Ayer there with the headed clearance, finds it Josh Da Silva. He plays it square down. Brentford try to play their way out of trouble, and they do manage to win a throw. Do they? No, it's gone to Arsenal over on that far side. We've played 2.5 minutes of the 4 at stoppage time at the end of this first half. Still, Arsenal haven't managed to find a breakthrough despite dominating proceedings so far. But Brentford there have picked up the ball. Actually, it wasn't a very good throw from Arsenal. But Arsenal again one possession back, but not for very long. Kieran Tierney had it taken off him there by Da Silva. That's a good ball actually now. Can Brentford get an attack? No, they can't, because Martin Ødegaard stepped in. Bukayo Saka. We're now into almost the last minute of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Actually, no, we're not. We've got 1 more minute to play, haven't we? We've played 48 minutes of this first half. 48 of the 49. Nice dummy that from Ødegaard. This is great play from Arsenal. Plays it into space for Saka on his near side. Is this going to be the moment for Arsenal? Bukayo Saka cuts back in. Plays it in towards the run of Lacazette. It's just cleared away again by Brentford, by Ayer. They don't manage to clear it away very far. They just haven't managed to do so. And again, it comes to Cedric, who switches it from right to left. Can Smith Rowe keep it in over on that far side? He does. We are now into the last minute of this first half. Ben White plays it to this near side to Ødegaard. He wants Cedric to go around the outside of him. He does, but he doesn't use him. Instead, he plays it across the edge of the 6 yard box. Again, it's a Brentford head there. Are they going to prevent the corner? They are. And we are now into the final 15 seconds of this first half. Joe says there, Brentford will not be able to stop our pressure in the second half. If we don't score a couple of goals, it will show what a mistake not getting the top striker in January. It's not just that, we need it. We need a striker. In fact, there goes the half-time whistle just before the 4 minutes, actually. Jonathan Moss there blew. It is half-time at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Brentford 0. Arsenal did have the ball in the net after about 12 minutes. Lacazette scored from about 4 yards following a cross from Kieran Tierney, but the linesman's flag was up for offside, which was probably the right decision. It was quite tight, but he probably just was offside. We've dominated the play. We've had one or two almost moments. We could have had one. We had one or two penalty shouts, one for a handball, nothing given by Jonathan Moss, who's just having a little laugh there with one of the Brentford players as they walk off for half time. It is 0-0. A little bit frustrating, and yes, we do lack a goal threat. There's no doubt about that. We've played well. We've had a lot of possession. We've knocked the ball around well, but when it comes down to actual clear-cut opportunities, we haven't really had too many. We've put a lot of crosses in the box, but Brentford's three giant centre halves have dealt with that pretty well, very well, and pretty comfortably most of that first half. And yeah, we've not had too many shots. In fact, what I will do is I'm going to have a look at the statistics from that first half, because I'd be interested to know exactly how many shots that we had, because I think we've probably had a few more than we. Let's have a look. Okay, there's only 2 goals actually in all the 3 o'clock kickoffs. They're both at the Amex Brighton, where Burnley are winning 2-0. Shock result there. Weghorst with his first goal for Brentford, for Burnley, and Brownhill with his first goal as well. Actually, it's 2-0 at half time to Brighton, who haven't played particularly well by all accounts. Anyway, we'll go on to our game. As I said, what we'll do is we'll look at the match facts and statistics, shall we? So Arsenal had 80% possession in that first half. 80%. Wow. We've had 16 shots, but only 2 on target. And there's the issue, isn't it? 16 shots and 2 on target. That's why we're not scoring enough goals. Brentford have had 2 shots, none on target. We've actually had 9 corners, almost double figures in that first half. Brentford haven't had any, and it's been 2 fouls each. So yeah, basically that's the story of that first half. A lot of Arsenal possession. A lot of possession in front of the Brentford penalty area. A lot of crosses into the box, which, let's be honest, Brentford have been able to deal with them all day long, haven't they? And we'll see how the second half goes. We need to mix it up a little bit more, don't we? We've become a little bit predictable, I felt, in that first half. The longer the game went on, we seemed to be more predictable, didn't we? And Brentford have certainly defended well, you've got to say. Robert says there, we have never had a player in the back post for corners. 4 corners to the back post cleared. We need someone to do the Gallas back post goals. Well, we haven't. Yeah, you know, we've said how much better we've looked from set pieces, more dangerous, and we've put some good deliveries in. And I agree, we haven't had anybody attacking them enough. They haven't always gone into the right areas where we need them to be, maybe. And that's what's happened a bit. Yeah, it has. Unfortunately, that's the situation in that first half. And you know, we've put a lot of crosses in, but we haven't got anybody who's attacking them. You know, whether it's a Gallas who's making them runs. I mean, you know, Giroud used to attack the ball, didn't he? Well, from set pieces. And Lacazette often is too far away, and also as well, he's lacking the height, isn't he, against these giant Brentford defenders? So that's maybe not the best policy to play really in this game, probably. But anyway, it is what it is, and at the moment, you know, it's 0-0, and we need to find a way to break them down. And you know, I actually thought Brentford would play a little bit more open football, but they've not been allowed to, have they? I think we've won the ball back early, high up the pitch. We've dominated possession, and yeah, isn't it? And Robert says, I still want Pepe on. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure you do, but whether or not he's gonna come on, I'm not sure. I won't be surprised if Eddie Nketiah come as he did the other night against Wolves, but we'll see what happens. There's still 45 minutes left. I'm sure we can find a goal or two. Joe says there, Pepe is what we need in the second half. He offers something we're missing. You see, this is the thing, isn't it? When Pepe was playing regularly, he got a lot of criticism, didn't he? People saying, "Oh, well, you know, he's not good enough. He's not consistent enough." You know, and now he's not playing. Everybody wants him to play. So it's a funny one, isn't it? I'm not sure if he's totally the answer. I mean, I think if this game remains 0-0, bearing in mind we did draw our last home game here at the Emirates 0-0 against Burnley. Couldn't find a goal in that game. So I don't know. I would say that what we need is a goal in the second half. And if Pepe is going to be able to offer us a little bit more of a threat, if it's still 0-0, certainly Mikel Arteta's got to think about bringing him on. You know, we know with Eddie Nketiah what he's going to offer, which isn't generally very much, if we're totally honest. But anyway, let's see what happens in the second half. Will Pepe get on? And if he does, will he justify everybody's, certainly everyone in this chat's confidence in him? We'll see. I mean, I personally don't think he's the answer long term. But anyway, Terry says that all that pressure, nothing to show for it again. We need Super Eddie on. Well, apparently we need Pepe on because everybody's calling for Pepe. And Robert says that Pepe plays well against certain teams. This is one team everyone rings around. Well, yeah, maybe. Are we playing? Would we be playing to Pepe's strengths? Look at that first half. What we were doing was we were getting the ball forward, getting it out wide, and then we're putting crosses in. Pepe doesn't put crosses in because Pepe wants to fanny about and get it onto his left foot. He won't. He always cuts back inside. So I'm not sure if the style that we're playing is really going to suit Pepe necessarily. Well, I think we'd have to change the way we play. And Arteta doesn't tend to do that very often, does he? He's very set in his ways. He doesn't like changing things tactically too much. Majendra says there, we need to speed up faster and this will beat their defence, which has been coping with that. And they've been coping pretty well. Yeah, you're right. It has. They've been defended well, Brentford. You've got to say, I think they've defended really well. Shane says that Ødegaard is a fine player. I think if Brentford starts to attack more, it will benefit us. They pinned in deep. I can't see a scoring way this continues. Well, we haven't had, I just said there, we've had 16 opportunities or shots at goal. I'm not sure if we did have 16, but apparently we did according to the stats. Only 2 on target. And they were both comfortable saves for David Ray, weren't they? Straight at him. You know, both the 2 shots on target. I think one was by Ben White, wasn't it? I can't remember the other one, but I know it was straight at the goalkeeper again. So, yeah, we're not clinical enough. We're not looking as though we're going to score goals. We're playing well for 3/4 of the pitch. You know, we're looking solid defensively and all this kind of stuff. But when we go forward, we're just not looking. And they're just showing actually the highlights of the Man United game the other night. I don't even know why I'm watching it, but anyway, it's sending off to Webb, so I'm not quite sure why it was a red card. Anyway, Gooner Joe says, same old story, not being clinical. Well, no, it is, you're right. That's exactly what it is. It is the same old story. And Robert says there, one thing we need to understand here, Pepe price tag has a reason. So why are we not getting that value? I say because he has never had a good run of games to improve in the Premiership. The price tag, let's be honest here, the price tag was only set because Raul had an agreement with the Lille chairman at the time. Those two came up with that deal. And that's why we got it in installments and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't because Pepe was worth 75 million. Nobody thought he was worth 75 million. Arsenal didn't think he was worth that. But what we could do was we could get the deal done by paying in installments, and it pocketed a few quid for Raul and his mate at Lille. That's the only reason why we got him. So, you know, let's not try and kid ourselves that anybody assumed or thought that Pepe is worth 75 million. Because he clearly wasn't, and he clearly isn't, and he never will be. But ultimately, that's how much we paid for him. And yes, he's not done enough to justify that, has he, at all? We all know that. And now he can't even get on the pitch. Guna Joe says, well, no, his value was never that high. No, that's exactly what you said that. Yeah, that's why Raul went. One of the reasons why Raul went, yeah. And that was what happened with that one. So, Robert says, yeah, good point. Well, no, that's really what happened, isn't it? It wasn't really anything to do with Pepe being worth that amount of money. No one was talking about him in that. It was about 35 million or something, wasn't it? I think the original kind of people were bidding for him. And Guna Joe says, I think it wasn't 72. I think it was 7.2. He's played like 7.2, hasn't he? But yeah. And Shane says, Arteta wants a workhorse. Not a show pony. That's what Pepe is. I would rather Amari. I agree. I think Pepe is a bit of a show pony. I totally agree. And he isn't an Arteta sort of player, is he? And if you notice, Arteta's got rid of a lot of the players that he hasn't bought. Quite frankly, there's not many players left. There's not many players left, is there? That that wasn't at the club before Arteta that's still there now. So he's got rid of most, hasn't he? Tony's in the chat. Doing Tony, thanks for tuning in, mate. He says afternoon. Yeah, afternoon, mate. Hope you well. Herman says, is it possible that Pepe can try a different position, perhaps a striker? What is your opinion? Possibly. I mean, he possibly could. He possibly could play as a striker, but we need a more of a physical presence up front. We need someone who's going to win the headers, attack the crosses that we're putting in. And Pepe's not that sort of player, is he? He's okay running in behind, but anyway, he always, if he's on the right, he always wants to cut back onto his left foot. Very predictable. I'm just not sure if he is the answer for me. Tony C says there, afternoon, Mr. Terry, aka Mr. K, and Guna Joe says, I would have kept Balogun over Eddie. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Eddie's got obviously a little bit more experience of playing in the Premier League, hasn't he? And when Balogun's played in the Premier League, not very often, I agree, he's not quite been ready. And maybe Arteta felt that Eddie is more ready. I know that's a stupid way of putting it, it kind of rhymes, but ultimately maybe he feels that because he's played more games in the Premier League. He has scored a couple of goals in the Premier League as well, hasn't he? A few. So I don't know whether that's the reason. And Goody Joe says, I know he's only on loan, but this season, yeah, I mean, he's on loan. He seems to be doing okay at Middlesbrough, doesn't he? And Glow says there, thanks a lot. So my question is, did Tomiyasu start Saka? Well, Tomiyasu's on the bench today, isn't he? But yeah, I mean, I actually think that Cedric actually has linked up quite well with Saka today in this game so far. I really think they've played well. I thought they played well at Wolves last game as well. So it's good now. You know, everyone was saying, "Oh, we need a replacement right back because what happens when Tomiyasu's out?" But Cedric's come in and he's doing well, and you know he deserves to start this game today, regardless of whether Tomiyasu is injured or not. He deserves it. So I'm hoping that he can, you know, keep playing well in the second half, and he might get more game time. I mean, Tomiyasu's done well. There's no doubt. He's been a great signing, but you need to have cover, don't you, in every position. You can't rely on 11 players every week. And I know Arteta doesn't trust the squad. He doesn't seem to, does he? He picks the same 11 every week if they're fit. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with Tomiyasu when, you know, on Thursday maybe. Is he resting him for that game? Who knows? Guru Joe says, what's confusing me is Eddie going, Laka is going at the end of the season. Why didn't we get some money for them and buy a striker, not a top one, wait until summer, just a decent one? Well, yeah, I think the problem is even an average striker is going to cost a lot of money. That's just, you know, strikers do, don't they? Because they do score your goals. And maybe Arsenal's plan is to let's see where we are at the end of the season. Are we back in Europe? Are we in the Champions League? All this kind of stuff. And if we are, then maybe we'll then be able to go out and get the striker that we want. Would it have been worth, you know, paying 35 million, 40 million for a striker that wasn't going to be a long-term answer, 25 million even? Would that have been what we needed to do? I'm not sure. You know, Lacazette's giving everything for the club. I don't think we can question his loyalty. You know, yes, he may well be leaving at the end of the season, but he's given everything while he's here, and he's not going to score enough goals. And we could have done with buying a striker. Of course, we could have done. But if we couldn't get the one we really wanted, then would it have been worth panicking and getting someone else? I'm not sure. Ultimately, we're not going to know until the end of the season, are we? If we finish in the top four, then you'd have to say that it was the right decision that we made, and then we can hopefully push on, get some, spend some more money in the summer, and improve those areas that desperately need improving. We've got a comment there. Hello, how you doing? Zone, you will. And Robert says Odegaard needs to shoot when he has a chance, but all three, Smith and Saka, need to run at the defenders to cause a penalty or goal. But we need to attack them with the ball and stop sloppy passes. Well, I thought our passing generally was quite good actually in that first half. Gunnar Jones, it's a massive risk because if we miss out on European football altogether, going to be much harder to get a top. So no, 100%. And maybe that's why we couldn't sign one in January, because maybe all the top strikers are wanting players to be in Europe. Want to see if we are in Europe next season. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, the teams are coming out now for the second half. Arsenal leading the way, not in the game, but coming out of the tunnel first is what I mean. And the Arsenal subs running through there, walking through before the Brentford players can come out in their yellow kit. Obviously, Arsenal led out by captain Alexander Lacazette, who done pretty well again in that first half. He's playing pretty well. Unfortunately, he's just not getting into goal scoring positions regular enough, is he? And he's certainly nowhere near good enough on the. He's certainly nowhere near good enough, is he? In terms of in the air to threaten these Brentford defenders, and I think that's something that we need to address. Maybe mix it up a little bit more. This is why Arteta frustrates me sometimes, because he wants to play the same way all the time, and it's not working. And it's almost like he thinks, if we continue doing it, we keep putting crosses in. And we did it against Burnley for 95 minutes, and Burnley loved it. They just headed them all out, no problem. In that first half, we've been the same. We've been putting cross after cross in, some good crosses, but Brentford defenders are just going to be constantly heading them out. So I don't know. I just think we sometimes need to just mix it up a little bit more and try to get the best out of Lacazette while he's there, because he's our centre forward. He's our main goal scorer now in the team, and we need to get more out of him. But anyway, Brentford have just started the second half. They are attacking the goal to our right in the second half at the clock end, where their fans are over in that far corner. It is still 0-0, of course, as we know. First half dominated by Arsenal, but no goals to show for it. And Ramsdale now has just got that ball there, a long ball played over comfortably into his arse. So we've got 45 minutes to try to break down this Brentford defence, which we struggled to do in that first half. Ramsdale now puts the ball down and kicks it to this near side to Smith Rowe. Good touch by Smith Rowe, but it's gone out for a throw to Brentford. We are back up and running here at the Emirates. Robert says there, well, the passes were good, but we need to force the defenders to attack. There was nothing like confusion. So, yes, the passes are great, but we need to force defenders to attack us running through. Well, what we need to do is I think we need to move the ball a little bit quicker at times and just try to mix it up, rather going out wide all the time and trying to get the ball into the box. Maybe sometimes go through the middle, try to get in between the two defenders or the three defenders. Shane says there, apparently we have a transfer list, and if they're not available till summer, we don't sign someone. In a way, I like that, but we don't get top four. This is all on Arteta and Edu. But if we do, it's brilliant. Yeah, I mean, maybe Arsenal have got to the point now where we're not going to waste money like we've done before on big wages, on transfer fees for players that aren't going to be the long-term answer or aren't really good enough. And maybe that's what the plan is. Maybe that's what we're going to do. Now, as a way of saving money, maybe because of the pandemic and, the no crowds for such a long time and everything else that's gone on. But anyway, we'll have to see. Brentford actually have come out of the second half. Arsenal haven't really got going yet, and Brentford are coming forward now down this near side of the ball in towards the near post. And Aaron Ramsdale there, it was deflected, had to dive on that ball inside the 6-yard box. Brentford offering an early threat there. It was Wissa with the ball from this near side, Brentford's right. But it was a poor clearance actually by Ramsdale that started that. Mbeumo found Wissa and his cross was deflected off Kieran Tierney. And Brentford have asked a few more questions at the start of this second half. And Terry says there, at what time in this half will Arteta park the bus and go for the draw? Well, I'm sure he's not going to. Smith Rowe with a shot. Oh, he scored! It's 1-0. 47 minutes play. We finally get the goal. And it's Emil Smith Rowe, his 10th goal of the season. A brilliant finish. Got inside the penalty area from the left-hand side, cut onto his right foot, curled the ball into that far corner. That is actually a great goal. It is our first goal at the Emirates since New Year's Day, and it was worth the wait. A fantastic goal it was. Lacazette pinged the ball out to this near side to Smith Rowe. He ran at that Brentford defence, got into the penalty, cut inside, and a brilliant finish of his right foot fizzed into that bottom corner. And it is, of course, and it is 1-0 to the Arsenal, and it was a very good goal as well from Smith Rowe. His first start in the Premier League since December. David Ray got hands on it there, couldn't quite keep it out, and it's gone into that far corner. And Smith Rowe has scored again. And Terry says, ESR, what a nice finish indeed it was. And Robert says there, Smith Rowe heard me. Yes, exactly what I was saying. It was a great finish from Smith Rowe. Funny enough, we hadn't even really got started in the second half. It had all been Brentford, hadn't it? And then we break out and we get the goal. Great stuff. And Tony says there, we scored now. We'll sit back and defend. Well, maybe we will. Let's wait and see. I'd like another goal just to, calm the old nerves down. Herman, this was before the goal. I remember how good Jack Wilshere was. Unfortunately, injuries was the problem. It was. What a great play. Remember that game against Barcelona? It's been obviously replayed a lot recently due to the fact it was the anniversary. Oh, and Brentford had a shot there. A mistake there from Arsenal in midfield and almost gave the ball away. Brentford had a shot which was saved by Ramsdale. And now Arsenal coming forward again. The game's really opened up. Bukayo Saka on that far side. He's got Granit Xhaka square him. Granit Xhaka now, is he going to try a shot? No, he pings it to this near side to Smith Rowe again, the goal scorer. Emil Smith Rowe dinks across towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Again, it's headed out by Brentford. But there was an opportunity there at both ends. It was a decent save from Ramsdale. It was quite close to him, the shot, actually. But it was Rico Henry, I think it was, with the effort. But it was a mistake in midfield from Arsenal. Almost cost us there. And Regina says 1-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah, indeed, we've played a little song. Shane says there, yes, it must have been the first time all game Brentford pushed up. Brilliant goal, top goal scorer. Yeah, it was a brilliant goal. Robert says there, we need goals. It's what football is all about. Indeed, it is. Let's hope we'll get a few now. But Brentford certainly have actually played better in this early part of the second half, and yet they've conceded the goal. That's football for you, isn't it? They probably wish they hadn't maybe come out attacked quite so much. But anyway, we have got the goal. But again, we've won the ball high out the pitch. Lacazette now, he's got Bukayo Saka outside him. Oh, it wasn't a great ball from Lacazette, actually. He got himself an assist for the goal. Couldn't really add an assist there. That was a poor ball. A better ball into Bukayo Saka there, and probably Bukayo Saka's in on goal and may well have scored and made it 2-0. But it wasn't the greatest ball. And now Brentford have actually won a free kick. Foul on Josh Da Silva, it was. But it was Lacazette who started that move for the goal. Brilliant ball pinged out to this near side to Smith Rowe. Cut inside onto his right foot and just curled that ball into the far corner. He's got a couple of goals like that before, hasn't he? And he's done it again there. Really good finish from Emil Smith Rowe. Brilliant stuff from him. His 10th goal of the season. And that's what he needed to do, was to add goals to his game. And he's certainly done that this season. And we just need a centre forward now who can score as well. Josh Da Silva just loses out to Thomas Partey. The ball goes back to Aaron Ramsdale. And he kicks it long, but it's going to be a Brentford actually there by Janssen, back to goalkeeper Raya. But Arsenal have got the lead finally. It took 47 minutes to score, and it was worth the wait. A great goal from Emil Smith Rowe, and it could prove to be a very important goal as well. The first goal in this game you felt was going to be so crucial, and it's Arsenal that have got it. And Arsenal have now got a throw as well over on that far side. It's 52 minutes played. It is Arsenal 1, Brentford 0. That great goal there from Emil Smith Rowe just a few moments ago, cutting in from that left-hand side and just curled a shot. Ray had just got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Good finish it was from Smith Rowe from the area. And Arsenal finally get the goal that the first half performance deserved, there's no doubt. But I say Brentford have actually probably enjoyed a lot more position. They find themselves a goal down. But anyway, again, Arsenal pick the ball up early, high out of the pitch. Smith Rowe plays it square to Martin Ødegaard. He was just bundled over there in the challenge from Janelt to the substitute there. And Herman says there, bravo Smith Rowe, give the lad a chance, and voila, knighthood is on its way. Yeah, he's back in the starting lineup today, back with a goal as well. And I say it could prove to be an important goal. That was a crosshair from Cedric, over hit. And Brentford should be able to clear this away with Canos. In fact, he lets it run out for a throw over on this near side to the Bees. What's Thomas Frank got up his sleeve to try to get Brentford back into this game. they are going to have to try and find something special, aren't they, in the second half now, if they're going to try and come away with something from the Emirates. Thomas Partey in possession for Arsenal, plays it square to Cedric Suarez, very central now, plays it to this near side to Kieran Tierney. He finds a goal scorer, Emile Smith-Rowe, back to Kieran Tierney, whips it over to the far post. Didn't have enough. It's a poor clearance. It finds Lacazette. His touch wasn't great, actually, but Arsenal do pick it up again. Kieran Tierney tried to stab it through again to Lacazette. But now Brentford can look to launch a counter-attack of their own, coming forward down this near side. This is good play. It's AR, the defender, maybe found himself in a slightly unfamiliar position there. Tried to thread the ball through to Johan Wissa, but it wasn't a great pass. And it goes through to Aaron Ramsdale. And now Thomas Partey in midfield finds Emile Smith-Rowe. Pings it over to that far. That's not a great ball, actually. Cedric Suarez stretches and gets there. Oh, the referee's given a free kick. That wasn't a free kick. Lacazette's having a word with the referee there. It was Rico Henry that's been fouled. Well, it wasn't really fouled. I thought Cedric just got to the ball first. He was stretching, but he did get there. And the referee is having a word with Cedric. I'm not sure if he's going to get his yellow card out. I don't think anyone's been booked yet, actually, in this game, surprisingly. And he hasn't booked him. I didn't think that was a foul. Oh, I suppose maybe it was. Certainly wasn't as bad as Rico Henry made it look. I don't know, actually. I don't know if that was a foul. Anyway, it is a free kick to Brentford on this far side. And Arsenal have got to defend this. We've played 10 minutes of the second half. It's been a good 10 minutes for Arsenal in the sense that we've scored the goal, but we haven't really played that well in the second half yet. Certainly nowhere near as well as we did in the first half. And Brentford now have got an opportunity to swing that ball towards the penalty area from that far side, which they do. It's a header on, but actually it's a good header away from Thomas Partey. Won it well, and he's now suffered a head injury and gone down. Gabriel and Janssen having words there. Gabriel clearly wasn't happy with that challenge by the Brentford captain on Thomas Partey. It is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. And Thomas Partey is going to get some treatment, I'm sure, now. Lying just on the edge of the penalty area. In fact, he's back sitting up again. Maybe he won't need some treatment after all. I think he's just going to get back to his feet. And the referee is now having a word with Gabriel and Janssen. They just had a few little words together there, the two of them. And they just have a handshake there and get back on with the game, as indeed you should. Shane says there, did Josh De Silva play for Arsenal? Yeah, he did. We didn't really play much for Arsenal. He was at Arsenal. He never really got an opportunity, did he? So he'll be up for this game, won't he? As we said before, he'll be looking to try and get a goal, won't he? But he's not really been in the game too much. He's not had much influence, has he, so far? Josh De Silva. He's on the ball now, but it just ran away from him. And that's maybe been the story of his game. And you can maybe see that why Arsenal didn't keep him. He's not quite at that level, is he? He's an all right player, but he's not at that level, is he? The sort of player that we would have needed to take us forward. Anyway, he's had an all right season for Brentford, finally in the Premier League. But this is Arsenal again. This is good play. Granit Xhaka finds Kieran Tierney, drills it low into the 6-yard box, but it's cleared away again by AR, the Norwegian defender for Brentford, and they've defended the crosses pretty well. And it's going to be a throw to Arsenal. Kieran Tierney taking it on his near side, about 10 yards in from that corner flag. Can Arsenal find a second goal, which will certainly calm everybody's nerves down? Good play inside the penalty area there from Granit Xhaka, and it's going to be another corner to Arsenal. We're now into double figures for corners. That one came off De Silva, as we said there, the former Arsenal player. And it is going to be another corner to Arsenal. This is going to be on the near side. It is our 10th corner of this game. We haven't managed to score from one yet, but who knows? This one's going to be taken by Cedric on this left-hand side with his right foot. Going to curl it in swinger towards the edge of that 6-yard box, I'm sure. It goes in towards, it does go in the 6-yard. It's flipped onto the far post. It comes all the way across to Thomas Partey, and his shot went, well, it didn't go anywhere near the goal. That's perhaps the main thing that we need to say about that, which is not unusual for Thomas Partey shooting, is it? That one was high and wide and posed no threat at all to the goal. So, yeah, typical Thomas Partey shot there. Terry says there 1-0 to Norwich. Of course, Norwich are playing at Anfield, aren't they, against Liverpool? Wow, that would be a shock result, wouldn't it, if that one went through and finished like that? They've improved a lot, Norwich, actually, haven't they, in recent weeks? Anyway, Lacazette now coming forward for Arsenal, looking for that second goal, which would surely seal the 3 points. But that's a poor ball again from Lacazette. And Brentford now have managed to pick the ball out. They know Thomas Partey's won it back well. Granit Xhaka plays it square to Bukayo Saka. Tries a shot. Decent save from David Raya down to his left-hand side. Good play from Arsenal. They're winning the ball high on the pitch there. Thomas Partey it was, who won it back after a poor ball from Lacazette. Good play from Thomas Partey. Granit Xhaka threaded the ball across to Saka, very central. Whips a shot in with his left foot, but it was a fairly comfortable save from David Raya. And now Brentford can look to come forward themselves down this near side with Canos. Plays a long ball up the line. Josh Da Silva is chasing Gabriel down. He plays it back to Ramsdale. Josh Da Silva is still trying to close down the Arsenal goalkeeper, but he goes long. Ramsdale. But also a mistake is at the back. Oh, almost a mistake there. Thomas Partey a little bit too lacklustre there. But luckily the ball did go through to Gabriel. Managed to clear it away. And now Kieran Tierney goes back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. And he plays it out to that far side to Cedric Suarez with his Biggles moustache looking very suave as always. The little Portuguese right back for us. So another good game. Odegaard's not maybe had so much influence in this second half as he did in the first half. He played well, Martin Odegaard, and not really got on the ball much since half time. We've played an hour now, 60 minutes play. It is still Arsenal 1, Brentford 0. That goal very early in the second half from Emil Smith-Rowe, great goal it was as well. Is that going to be the goal that gives us what would be a massive 3 points? Wouldn't quite be enough to take us above West Ham on goal difference. We would be level on points with them with 3 games in hand. But we've seen games in hand don't always mean points on the ball. Do anyone else coming forward again now with Granit Xhaka looking for a little bit of support. He's had to go sideways to Martin Odegaard. That's a good ball through to Saka. So the penalty has gone down, but he's got back on his feet again, kept the ball. Cedric Suarez thinks the ball to the far post, looking for Granit Xhaka. It comes to, he leaves it to Kieran Tierney. The shot's deflected behind by Mbeumo. It is going to be another corner to Arsenal. Was Bukayo Saka fouled in the penalty area there? It was a lovely ball, actually, from Martin Odegaard. No, I don't think it was. He sort of slipped over, if anything, Bukayo Saka. And that cross by Cedric did fall to Kieran Tierney. And his shot was deflected behind another corner to Arsenal. We're certainly racking up the corners, aren't we? Are we going to find a goal from one? It was a goal from a corner that gave us the 3 points at Wolves. It was Gabriel. He's in there again, looking for another goal for Arsenal. This one comes in towards the far post, and it's a comfortable catch that though from David Raya for Brentford, who will be trying to find something from this game. Another point for them on the board will help them in their battle against relegation. They're certainly getting sucked in there now. Some of these bottom teams are starting to pick up points. Newcastle again today. Norwich are winning, as we said before. Burnley are winning as well. Defeat here for Brentford would start to suck them into that relegation battle. They'll know how important every game is for them now. And they are still in this game at 1-0. They've defended well. They've not really threatened us enough in the attacking sense of the game, but they've had one or two, dangerous moments. And I'm sure they'll have one or two more as the game goes on. They are in possession now. This is good play, actually. The ball played through onto this near side to Canos. We know that he can finish against us. A decent ball into the box there. Good header away from Gabriel. And then Thomas Partey's put under pressure, actually. And Arsenal would have been a free kick, but Arsenal have been allowed to play on. The ball from Gabriel wasn't quite good enough. And in fact, it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal now. Jonathan Moss has blown it back. It was a foul on Granit Xhaka. Initially, it was an advantage given to Arsenal. Because that pass didn't find its target, Jonathan Moss has called it back for a free kick, to Arsenal for that foul on Granit Xhaka. And we've played 63 minutes. Aaron Ramsdale's currently in possession for Arsenal, who lead 1-0. That goal just 2 minutes into the second half from Emil Smith-Rowe, his 10th goal of the season. And it could prove to be a massively important goal as well. The longer this game had gone on at 0-0, when you bear in mind we drew our last home game in the Premier League 0-0 as well against Burnley, I think some frustrations would have been creeping into the crowd as well as the players. But we've got that goal, and it certainly settled us down. But maybe a second goal may well be needed because, let's say, Brentford have had one or two. They look quite lively going forward, even if they lack a little bit of quality. They've certainly put a lot of effort and energy into this game. That's a long ball from Ramsdale. Is it going to find Emil Smith-Rowe? Goalkeeper Ray is outside his penalty area, heads it clear. Good play there from the Spaniard. I say a goalkeeper that Arsenal were once apparently interested in. Of course, before we got Alex Renarson, actually, wasn't it? We were looking at getting David Ray. That was the rumour at the time. Never came off. He's still at Brentford, and he's had a good season for them, hasn't he? David Raya for Brentford. Brentford coming forward now in the centre circle. It's a ball pinged in to Mbeumo. It's played back to Ethan Pinnock, the Jamaican international. That's a good ball, actually. Brentford looking to be a bit more patient in their build-up this time. That was IL played it forward there, Josh Da Silva. But again, he loses out. He's maybe been a little bit over keen to do too much in this game. Arsenal are looking to counter-attack down that far side, but Pinnock's there, plays it back to David Raya. And Brentford, again, have got possession. They've certainly enjoyed a lot more possession. It was 80% to Arsenal in the first half. It'll be nowhere near that in the second half. But Arsenal now have won the ball back. Lacazette's allowed to play on, no free kick given. He's got Smith-Rowe just outside him on this near side. Smith-Rowe looking to add to his goal tally for the afternoon. He finds Martin Ødegaard twisting and turning, the little Norwegian playmaker with that left foot, plays it square to Cedric Suarez. Is he going to try a shot from distance? No, he plays it out wide to Thomas Partey. That's not a good ball, but he does well to keep that in, actually. Suarez showed good energy. He's shown that all game, actually. Good play again from the Portuguese fullback. Did he keep that in? It wasn't a great ball to him, actually. It was Thomas Partey played it. Or was it Saka, actually? He did keep it in. Again, it's another corner to Arsenal. They're deflected. Or is it? They must have come back off Cedric. It's a goal. And it is a corner to Arsenal over on that far side. Another corner to Arsenal. Gabriel's in there again, looking for more goals. He's got 3 this season. That comes into the near post again. It's a Brentford head. Clears it away. They've certainly defended their set pieces pretty well this afternoon. Kieran Tierney pings it back over to that far side, looking for Smith-Rowe. Didn't get his touch right, and actually he's limping a little bit now, Emil Smith-Rowe. We don't really want him to be injured and having to go off, do we? Looks like Brentford are preparing a second substitution as we are, midway through this second half. 66 minutes played in this game. It's certainly going to be good. Let's see what's going on. A long clearance there from David Raya up that far side again. Arsenal getting there. Ben White it was with that clearance. And Brentford are now making their second substitution. It is going to be Josh Da Silva going off. And it is Shandon Baptiste, the Grenadian forward, coming on for Brentford as they look to try to get something into this. In fact, they're going to make another substitution now, actually. I know they're not. They're just having a chat there with Sergi Canos on this near side. So that was the second substitution there. Shandon Baptiste is on for Brentford, replacing the former Arsenal player, Josh Da Silva. Didn't have a great game, did he, for Brentford today? I didn't think. Maybe trying a little bit too hard, perhaps. You can understand why against his former club, wanting to make a big impression at the Emirates. Wasn't really able to today. And now he's gone off, and that's him, his day done. So we'll see what the substitute Baptiste can do. The ball played through there. Oh, that was a dangerous moment, actually. Mbeumo there was almost in. It just ran away from him just inside the penalty area. A ball that split the Arsenal defence. We switched off maybe the first time at the back. He got in there between Ben White and switched off. I didn't know it was Kieran Tierney. He was too far. I don't know where Ben White was. The ball played in behind Gabriel. And if Mbeumo managed to get that under control, that could have been a dangerous moment, actually, for Arsenal. But luckily, it ran away from him. and Arsenal have survived that. But Brentford have certainly kept themselves in this game, you have to say, and they've actually had one or two good moments. But Arsenal now in possession themselves. Odegaard dinks the ball over the top for Smith Rowe again down this near side. That was, of course, where he scored the goal from very early in the second half, but he's forced back this time. And Arsenal again keeping possession, but not really stretching that defence. The ball now played back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. So we'll see what Arsenal can do. Can we get that second goal? A long ball. Again, looking for Smith Rowe down this left-hand side. Oh, he's done well. He skipped past Canos inside the penalty area. Smith Rowe, can he put it back? Oh, good defending again from Brentford. It is going to be a corner again to Arsenal. It was Aaron Ramsdale's ball over the top there, looking to get Smith Rowe in behind. He did really well there. Got the wrong side of Canos. Got into the penalty area. Maybe ran out of space a little bit, and the ball's ended up going out for a corner. Just while we have that break in play, please give it a like if you're enjoying the show today. Coverage of this big game for Arsenal. We've got, 12 likes so far. I want to try and get up to 20 if we can. So if you haven't liked it yet, please give it a like. That would be much appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you are new here, please consider subscribing as well. We do the watch-alongs. We have live shows. And we cover the Arsenal women as well. We had the Arsenal women show last night, and that was a great show. And we'll be covering their game next weekend as well, away at Liverpool in the FA Cup. Joe says they just got back who scored. It was Emil Smith Rowe. Very early in the second half, it was very good goal from that left-hand side onto his right foot, curled it into that far corner. David Ray did get a hand to it, the Brentford goalkeeper, but he couldn't keep it out. And Arsenal were able to get that goal, which lead for quite some time. We've played 70 minutes now, and Brentford have had almost a chance on equaliser a very short time ago. It was Mbeumo there, couldn't quite get a touch on the ball, otherwise he could have been in on goal. But overall, it's been better from Brentford in the second half. You've got to say they've had a lot more possession. They've caused us a few more problems, but ultimately it is Arsenal that's got the goal, and we're looking, I don't want to say comfortably in front, but we're certainly looking in control of this game now as we move into the last 20 minutes. And let's see if we can get the second goal to really, really seal the points. You can't see Brentford coming back from 2-0 down. Certainly not. We have got a throw now on this near side in the attacking third of the pitch. Kieran Tierney is going to be taking it for Arsenal. It's been a good performance overall. The second half's maybe not been quite as good, actually, although we have scored the goal. But anyway, Brentford now coming forward. Canos there. Was he fouled by Lacazette? The referee says yes, it is going to be a free kick to Brentford, which they wanted to take quickly, which Lacazette didn't let him. But now Brentford are coming forward again down this near side with Mbeumo. He's a dangerous player. He's done well, actually, there. Mbeumo plays it back to Canos. Arsenal now have got their defensive shape back. We just briefly stretched there. That was a good bit of defending there from Smith, who actually cut that ball out from Iron. But again, it's Mbeumo coming forward now. Cross comes in towards the edge of the box. It was a substitute, Baptiste. Arsenal haven't really cleared it away. A shot comes in again. It's blocked by Ben White. Brentford are suddenly putting us under a little bit more pressure there. And Brian Python says there, let's go for a second goal. That's what we need to do. But Brentford are coming out at us now. Looks like Nicholas Pepe is going to come on. But that was a little bit of pass there from Brentford, which Arsenal managed to clear away now. We're going to get a counter-attack with Bukayo Saka. Not quite. He wasn't quite able to get on the end of that ball. And Brentford now back in possession again. They've certainly played a lot better in the second half. The Bees have been buzzing around us a lot more in this second period. And as Terry says there, Pepe coming on. It looks like he is. He's stripped and ready to go. Looks like Arteta's going to give him the opportunity to try to get that second goal for us to seal this victory. It's been a tough game this for Arsenal. We've played well, but we haven't managed to really stretch the defence. Ball in over the top. Mbeumo's inside the penalty area for Brentford, looking for this equaliser. Gabriel, though, brilliant defending from Gabriel again. Absolutely fantastic. What a great season he's had, the Brazilian. I'd say he's in line for our Player of the Year. He's certainly one of the players in contention for our Player of the Year. I think he's been brilliant again today, Gabriel. That was fantastic defending. And now Arsenal coming forward down the far side with Bukayo Saka, plays it in to Martin Odegaard. And now it's squared to Kieran Tierney up this near side. Smith Rowe, the goal scorer. Can Arsenal get the second goal? Partey on the edge of the box. Is he going to line up a shot? No, he's not. He finds Martin Odegaard. Dinks one over the top. Looking for Granit Xhaka's running behind. But it was good defending actually from Canos there. And now may well be Pepe time. In fact, it is Pepe time. Pepe is coming on. It's Smith Rowe going off, the goal scorer. Good performance again from Smith Rowe. Not only the goal, his all-round play was good today. He got himself the goal, which fully deserved. They're just showing that goal again. Really, really good goal. Cut inside, curled it into that far corner. Great stuff from Smith Rowe. And Pepe ain't coming on. Arteta asked him to get him a coffee. No, he is coming on. He actually is coming on. As Robert says there, here comes my Pepe. Indeed, here he comes. He's got, 16 minutes or so to make an impression in this game. Can he prove that maybe he deserves more minutes on the pitch? He just won his first header there. It's gone out for a throw to Brentford. It seems unusual seeing him on the pitch. I know he was away in the African Cup of Nations, but he wasn't really playing much before that, was he? It seems like a long time since he's been on the pitch for Arsenal. Robert says there, what? No. Laka needed to come off. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised, but maybe Smith Rowe's still not 100% fit, is he? Maybe. Henry's in the chat there. He says, good morning to all Arsenal fans. Let's cheer on the team. Exactly, yeah, let's cheer on the team as we close down towards what would be a very, very big 3 points. But Brentford are certainly playing well now. They're coming forward. Now it's Mbappe on the edge of the box. There's a man over. Good defending from Arsenal there from Cedric Suarez again. But Arsenal haven't really cleared the ball away. Ball played into the box, and now we have managed to. And Joe says Pepe will bang one in. He's on form. Well, he's not really played for us. He may well have been on form for the Ivory Coast in the African Cup of Nations. I didn't really watch too much of that, if I'm honest. But now Arsenal got a chance. Martin Odegaard. It rolls it across. Is Pepe going to score? Oh, it's cleared away from the Brentford defender there. Looked like Pepe was going to get a little tap in to get a goal. It was great defending in the end, actually, from Norgard for Brentford. Lacazette did really well, actually. Worked hard there, trying to find a way past the Brentford defender, Ayor. In the end, the ball fell to Odegaard. It was a good save, actually, from Raya. And the defender, well, the midfielder, Norgard, came back and blocked Pepe's effort there. Pepe did almost get a goal. I'm sure the chat would have liked that if he could have finished that off. Martin Odegaard, a good save, actually. And Pepe's shot was blocked. I think it's going to be another corner to Arsenal on this near side, which Cedric's going to take. It's gone too far, actually. It's going to go straight out for a goal kick. And Joe said, I told you Pepe on form. He didn't score, did he? So he wasn't on that much form, was he? And Robert says that Arsenal fans need to chant more and louder. I think it's more tension, isn't it, as well? There's a lot of empty seats, actually, in the Emirates today. I know there's been a few travel restrictions. A few trains have been cancelled and stuff into London, which may have made a difference for some fans travelling from elsewhere. But anyway, maybe that's why a little bit of tension as well. But anyway, Brentford are now playing it out from the back, trying to launch an attack of their own. They are still in this game. 13 minutes for them to try and find an equaliser, which would certainly be a big point for them, and that would be a big blow to our Champions League hopes as well. But certainly some of the results you've seen in the Premier League in the last few weeks, we certainly wouldn't rule out a Brentford equaliser, would we, with some of the games that we've seen. But I think Arsenal have just about deserved this win. We played well in the first half, not as well in the second half, but we have got the goal. But we have got to defend this free kick now on this near side, which Mbeumo is going to take. Pinnock's gone up for this. Ethan Pinnock, it's going to be Brian Mbeumo, the Frenchman, with this free kick for Brentford. It's midway inside the Arsenal half, about 15 yards in from this near touchline. He dinks it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Ramsdale came out early and read that really well. And that's a good throw to try and launch a counter-attack. He was looking for Pepe, but Pepe didn't win the ball, but he's got it now. It's a nice little turn. He finds Martin Odegaard. Martin Odegaard skips past the challenge, driving Arsenal forward. That's a great tackle back, actually, you have to say. That was great work there from Brentford, who have now got a counter-attacking opportunity with Mbeumo for Brentford. Plays the ball in. This is good play, actually, from Brentford. But again, Arsenal defended well, shut the door. And now Arsenal looking to come forward. Thomas Partey's got a little bit of space inside the centre circle. The game's opening up a little bit now. Thomas Partey finds Bukayo Saka on the edge of the box. Saka shot. Oh, into the far corner. It's 2-0. Surely that seals it. Saka and Smith Rowe, both of them on the score sheet again for Arsenal. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. What a great goal it is from Saka. Thomas Partey with the assist this time. Just as Brentford were coming forward, trying to commit men forward for the first time, really, overloading. We won the ball back. It was a lot of space for Thomas Partey. He picked the right pass. Brentford are complaining about something. I'm not sure. I think the goal's going to stay. I don't know if they think it was a foul maybe in the build-up to the goal. I'm not too sure it was. It was good play from Lacazette. And then Thomas Partey. And then he wasn't offside, Saka. Very similar position and a very similar finish to Smith Rowe from this left-hand side. This time he took it round the outside of the defender, right in that far corner off the post. What a great finish that is. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. And Joe says there, Saka scores goal. Indeed. Great finish that was. He's in decent form, Saka, isn't he, in terms of scoring goals. What a finish that is, in off the far post. Shane says yes. And Terry says 2-0 Saka. Henry, great goal. And Robert says goal. Indeed, it is. It's 2-0 to the Arsenal. 10 minutes to play. And surely that is that. Although, is there some sort of VAR check going on? Brentford seem unhappy about something that happened in the build-up to that goal. Not too sure what it was. It's a yellow card, actually, to the Brentford captain, who's very, very unhappy about something. Not quite sure what they were happy about. Anyway, the goal does stand. There's no question about it. We've got 10 minutes to play. It is 2-0 to Arsenal, and surely now this is going to be 3 big points for Arsenal as we move in to the crucial run into the season for that top 4 position. And Robert says there, revenge for the opening day seems a lifetime ago. It does. Lots has changed, hasn't it, since the opening day of the season? It's going to be revenge for that. And Robert says, yeah, stunning goal. And I've always said Saka is best on left. Well, it was from the left, wasn't it, that he cut in and got that goal. Pepe's over on the right. But then where do we put Martinelli when he's back? It's, you know, these are problems that Arteta's got. But we've got all these great attacking players. We still don't really score enough goals. Anyway, Jill says, I got it right. Said we would get 2 in the second half. And we have done. We may get more yet. And Jandra says 2-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah, I don't have a chart for that, unfortunately. But anyway, it is 2-0. And surely that is 3 points. And one more goal would actually take us above West Ham on goal difference as well into 5th place with 3 games in hand of them as well. So, you know, let's see if we can get the 3rd goal. And that would be a very good victory. The ball played over the top there. Xhaka looking for Saka, who has now moved to the left-hand side. Obviously, he's left-footed, isn't he? So he's more natural on that side. He plays well on the right. But, you know, Pepe's over there, also left-footed, of course. Pepe plays it in to Ødegaard, out to Cedric Suarez over on that far side, crossing towards the 6-yard box. It finds Saka, tries to play it back into Granit Xhaka, comes to the edge of the box, but Brentford are there and managed to clear the ball away. Arsenal have been on the brink, it seems, at times of getting 2 or 3 goals more in this game, but it just hasn't quite happened, has it? And we're going to see Eddie now coming on. It's Lacazette going off. Another good shift from Alexander Lacazette, the captain today. He played well, but he's now going off. He's going to hand the armband over. I'm not quite sure who he's going to give it to, actually. I don't think he's sure who he's going to give it to. 82 minutes he's played today, Alexander Lacazette. Got an assist for the first goal. Did have a goal disallowed in that first half as well. Still not offers enough of a goal threat, but he certainly works hard for the team. He is now going off, and it is going to be Eddie Nketiah coming on. In fact, Eddie Nketiah is going to get the armband. He's not going to put it on. He's obviously going to give it to whoever it is that is going to be getting it. Maybe Granit Xhaka, possibly. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. And Brentford have made a sub as well. It's actually Godas who's come on for them. The Iranian. Not sure who's gone off for Brentford, actually. We will check, but it's Godas has come on for them as well. So there's 2 substitutions made there. as we move into the last 6.5 minutes of this game. And Henry says thumbs up to Lacazette. Yeah, he played pretty well, Lacazette, actually. Eddie Nketiah's still got the armband. He's not wearing it. He's not giving it on to Granit Xhaka or anybody else yet. But anyway, we'll see what happens with the armband for now. But anyway, it's back over on that far side with Nicolas Pepe. He's got a defender for company. Pepe cuts inside to Martin Ødegaard. Threads the ball through. Oh, he was looking for Eddie Nketiah. They let it run across him and couldn't quite get it. But Brentford don't clear it away. Cedric Suarez and Martin Ødegaard plays it out to that far side to Cedric Suarez again. The cross comes in, but it's blocked. Shane says Xhaka refused the armband. Did he refuse it? Or was he just maybe not ready to take it? He's giving it to Kieran Tierney instead. And Kieran Tierney doesn't refuse it. I don't know what... Did Xhaka refuse it? That's strange, isn't it? Anyway, Arsenal now on the attack again. Nicolas Pepe on the edge of the box. Was he brought down? Referee says no, but Saka's got the ball again. Saka on this near side plays it across. Eddie Nketiah again. He's missed his kick in front of goal. Thomas Partey with a shot this time. Good save from David Raya. Arsenal are going for that third goal. And Terry says, I'll take giving Brentford a chance with Eddie or not. Well, he missed that opportunity there to score, didn't he? Actually, Eddie just then. Was that a foul on Nicolas Pepe? Oh, it was inside the box, actually. It would have been a penalty that on Pepe. I'm not sure if there was enough in it. But anyway, it wasn't given. And Brentford now have cleared it long with David Raya. Ben White's underneath that. And Kieran Tierney currently has the armband for Arsenal. With Lacazette having gone off. But Brentford are going to be behind, are they? Gabriel's there. Oh, it's a free kick. It's not going to be a red card, is it? It's a yellow card for Gabriel. A foul on this near side. Every time there's a foul by an Arsenal player, you worry it's going to be a red card, don't you? You've had so many lately. And it was a fair decision, you have to say, when you see the replay. Gabriel was slightly late getting there. And Brentford have got a free kick now, looking to try to get a goal back. Granit Xhaka is now talking to the referee. I'm not quite sure what he's got to say about that, really. It was clearly a foul. Herman says then goal difference is important. Well, it is one more goal would actually take us above West Ham on goal difference, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Would put us in 5th place. We've still got games in hand on most of the teams around us, actually. Anyway, it's going to be Mbeumo with this free kick for Brentford. Are they going to find a goal back to make it a nervy last 4 or 5 minutes for Arsenal? We need to defend this free kick. The referee's just unhappy there. A little bit of pushing and shoving on the edge of the penalty area. Gabriel and Pinnock there. Gabriel's just been booked, so he needs to be careful. Mbeumo with his free kick, dinked it in towards the near post. Cedric Suarez, I think it was. But Arsenal don't clear it particularly well. Brentford back in possession again. We are into the last 3.5 minutes of normal time at the end of this game. Ball's played forward there from Rico Henry, but it's going to go out for a goal kick to Arsenal. And that attack is over for Brentford. And we are getting closer and closer now to the 3 points, which we so desperately needed. And it's going to take something extraordinary from Brentford now, isn't it, in these final few moments to salvage something from this game. It does make up for that result on the opening day of the season. Of course, they beat us 2-0, and now we are 2-0 ahead against them. And this would be so a very, very big 3 points. We've got a goal kick, which Aaron Ramsey is about to take. We've played over 87 minutes here at the Emirates. It is Arsenal 2, Brentford 0. The 2 second-half goals from Saka and Smith-Rowe. And we do like them very much indeed. And now Arsenal coming forward again down the far side with Cedric Suarez. Plays it out to the far side to Nicolas Pepe. Back into Ødegaard. Can Arsenal get that third goal to take us above West Ham in the table? It's Cedric Suarez again over on that far side. Plays it forward to Pepe. Inside to Ødegaard. Back to Pepe. It's on a penalty area. Pepe dancing feet inside the box. He still kept possession, but he's falls backwards a little bit. He's still got the ball over on that far side. Nicolas Pepe, Martin Ødegaard now loses out there. And then he's fouled, is he? In fact, he's committed a foul, has he? And he's gone down, Martin Ødegaard. And Arsenal made all 3 subs, haven't they? So he's going to have to stay on regardless of whether he's injured or not. Actually, no, Arsenal only made 2 subs, haven't we? Eddie Nketiah and Nicolas Pepe. That's it, isn't it? We haven't bought any other subs, have we? Anyway, the Brentford fans are looking anxious over in that far corner. Another defeat for them. They haven't won a game for quite some time. And they are drifting closer and closer to that relegation zone, with a lot of the teams below them actually winning some games recently. So they need a victory somewhere. Not going to get one today. We're into the final minute of the 90. There'll probably be 4 or 5 minutes of stoppage time, you would imagine. The ball's now gone out for a throw over on this near side to Brentford, just inside their own half. We'll see exactly how much stoppage time very shortly. And it's another throw to Brentford on this near side. It's been a good performance from Arsenal, without being outstanding, but we've got the job done. Herman says when a player plays hard for his team, it is kudos for Lacazette. Yeah, he's played well, Lacazette. He works hard. He's still not offering enough of a goal for it, though, is he? That's the one thing you've got to say. As your centre forward, you want him to score more goals. And he's not doing that, but he did work hard today. He played well. And Arsenal are now edging down towards a very, very big 3 points. Oh, Granit Xhaka didn't want the armband. He did refuse it there. That's an interesting thing. Does he feel as though he should have been given it instead of Lacazette in the first place, maybe? Is that his problem? I don't know. That was unusual, actually. Anyway, it's only going to be 3 minutes of stoppage time, which we've just started now. We're 10 seconds into that 3 minutes. So Arsenal now are very, very close to getting the victory here today, which would lift us, will keep us in 6th place, but it's another goal would actually lift us above West Ham. And now Brentford coming forward, looking to try to find a goal back of their own, which would make the final couple of moments a little bit more nervy. That's a decent cross, but it's too close to Aaron Ramsdale, who just goes down on the ball. And Ben White's just got a little bit of cramp there, it seems, and Cedric as well over on that far side. This is the problem with Cedric. He's not playing enough football, is he? So he's probably going to suffer a few cramps. He's just cramped up a little bit there, Cedric Troy. But another great game from him today. Really good performance from Cedric. Good performance from everyone, actually. You have to say it's been a decent performance. Not a fantastic performance, but it's been a good performance from Arsenal. Got the job done very competently. We've been the better team. Fully deserved the 3 points. There's no doubt about that. Brentford have done some good stuff at times. They just maybe lacking a little bit of quality needed in the Premier League, and they may well stay up, but I think next season they're going to have to invest a bit. They are coming forward now on this near side to try to find a goal back. Good defending from Kieran Tierney, but again Brentford have managed to win the ball back, and they have now won another free kick, which is going to be if they're going to get anything from this game, Brentford, they would have to score now. There's only 90 seconds of stoppage time remaining. They've got a free kick now. Thomas Frank is looking quite frustrated on the touchline. It's going to be a free kick then from this near side. Can Brentford get a goal back just to make the last minute of stoppage time really, really tense? They've got this free kick from the substitute Godas. Whips it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Arsenal don't really clear it away. The shot comes in. It's deflected around the edge of the 6-yard box. There's a shot here. Brentford are going to score. And Brentford have scored. But the flag's up. It isn't going to count. It's been disallowed. It was the other substitute. I think it was Janalet who scored. I don't know. In fact, it wasn't. It was Norgard who scored. But it was up. It was an offside in the build up to that goal. In the scramble around the edge of the 6-yard box. It did look like an offside. I'm sure we'll see a replay of it, but the goal is disallowed. And it is going to be the final action of this game. In fact, is he just waiting for a VAR check? Jonathan Moss has got the ball in his hands. I think he's just waiting for the confirmation from VAR. The linesman did raise his flag. It's going to be too late, I think, to make any difference in this game. There'll be a little bit more time added on, of course, whatever the result it is. But Jonathan Moss is just waiting for confirmation from VAR. as to whether it was offside. We haven't seen a replay yet, actually. So I'm not quite sure whether or not it would be the second disallowed goal in this game. Actually, Arsenal had one in the first half from Lacazette at that same end of the pitch. Is this going to count or is it going to be disallowed? I've got a feeling it's going to be disallowed. It did look offside. We're going to see it now in the replay. There was some Brentford players offside there, but that was in a different phase of play as it comes in. Actually, Norgard's not offside. I think this goal's going to stand. I think Norgard's onside. They did have a player offside, but it's onside. It does count. Brentford have scored. It is 2-1. It is Norgard with the goal for Brentford. We're probably going to be too late to make any difference to the final outcome. But it is a goal for the visitors. They do have one back, but I think it's going to be too late for them to salvage anything from this game. It certainly seems that way. Norgard has scored for Brentford. He was onside. The right decision. This is when VAR works well. It took a long time to get there, but it does. When it works like that, it does work well. And Brentford have scored. Slightly scrappy goal. And there's only going to be, a minute left probably. We've played nearly 5 minutes now, but of course a lot of that time was to do with the check for... Oh, now there's a breakaway on here. It's clean through on goal. Is it going to be a Brentford? Surely aren't going to score again. This would be an unbelievable finish if they did. And it's an offside anyway against Brentford. Wow, heart in the mouth moment there it was. In fact, there goes the full-time whistle. Finally, it is. We are over the line. We made heavy work of that in the end, and Brentford almost got a goal back there. Wow, what drama there was at the end there. Shane said, important win for us. I think this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back in regards to Xhaka with Arsenal's fans. Yeah, that's a strange thing. I want to find out exactly what happened there, what that was all about. I mean, I thought Xhaka had a great game today, actually. So don't let that distract anything away from that. Anyway, maybe it wasn't meant for him. That could be the reason. Maybe he wasn't meant to get it. But anyway, let's not worry about that. It was an important win for Arsenal today. Those goals, all the goals came in the second half, actually. Smith Rowe, 2 minutes after the restart. Lacazette found him over on that left-hand side, got into the penalty area, ran at the Brentford defence, cutting onto his right foot, curled a shot into the far corner. David Ray got a hand to it, couldn't keep it out, and that was 1-0. Brentford played a lot better in the second half. You have to say they come back at us. They had one or two good moments. Arteta and David Ray having a chat there. Of course, they know each other well, the two Spaniards there. We did get the second goal, 20 minutes or so to play. It was a great finish, actually, on a counter-attack. Actually, that was about 10 minutes to go, wasn't it? 79th minute was the goal. A counter-attack from Arsenal when Brentford had committed a few too many men forward. Thomas Partey brought the ball forward, played it to this near side again to Bukayo Saka, and he finished with his left foot in off the far post. A great goal that was. In the end, it's looking as though that was going to be that, actually. But then in the final moment of stoppage time, a free kick from Brentford wasn't really cleared away by the Arsenal defence particularly well. And it was the Danish player, Christian Norgard, did force the ball home. Initially, it was disallowed for offside, but it was given and the goal stood. And it was 2-1 in the end. And maybe, you could say maybe Brentford deserved that for the way they battled away in that second half. But anyway, we've got the win. That's the main thing. Robert says there, he said he'll never accept to be captain again. I'm sure he's been captain in games when the captain's gone off, when Aubameyang was there. I'm sure he did. But anyway, let's not worry too much about that. Terry says Norwich lost 3-1. Well, there's no surprise. They gave us a bit of fun for 5 minutes when they led 1-0, didn't they? So, yeah, a decent win for Arsenal. We'll just run through the player ratings. And shall we, before we go, Aaron Ramsdale in goal. Didn't have a lot to do. Fairly comfortable with most things. Couldn't do a lot about the goal, could he? So perhaps a 7 for Ramsdale, I think. Cedric at right back, I'm really good again. I thought he played well against Wolves. He played well today. Got forward well, put some good crosses in, defended well. I'm going to give Cedric a 7 as well. Ben White, again, pretty solid. Not really put under too much pressure. I thought that maybe there was one place where he was out of position a little bit. Brentford nearly got an opportunity to score, but overall he was solid. Maybe a 7 for Ben White. Gabriel, really good, defensively solid. Got himself a yellow card, but he played well. I'll give Gabriel an 8. I thought he did well. Kieran Tierney, again, in a solid game. Maybe a 7 for him. A decent performance from him. Midfield, Thomas Partey again. He was solid, wasn't he? Got an assist for a second goal. Decent performance from Thomas Partey. I'll give him a 7 as well. Xhaka, probably a 7 for him. I thought he had a good game. Played well. 7 for him as well. Ødegaard, really good in the first half. He maybe faded a bit in the second half, not quite as much influence, but a decent game from Ødegaard. I'm going to give Ødegaard a 7 as well. Bukayo Saka, what a goal it was for him. That ended up being a winning goal. A little bit, it shouldn't have been the winning goal, but it proved to be the winning goal. Good finish from Saka. He looked dangerous all day. I'm going to give Saka a 7 as well for Bukayo Saka. Lacazette worked hard, didn't he? Good performance from him. Again, not offering enough of a goal for it, but a 7 out of 10 for Lacazette. But for me, my man of the match is going to go to Emile Smith-Rowe. Really important first goal. And a decent all-round performance from him, actually. He looked dangerous every time he got the ball till he went off injured. So an 8 for Smith-Rowe. He's just going to shade the man of the match from Gabriel, who I thought was brilliant at the back as well. The subs that came on, we had Eddie Nketiah. Didn't really get in the game, did he? Maybe a 5 or 6 for Eddie Nketiah, say. Nicolas Pepe got 20 minutes today. He did okay, didn't he? He nearly scored, didn't he, straight away? Maybe a 6 for Nicolas Pepe as well. He wasn't maybe on long enough to get much more than that. Robert says there, Brentford are a tough team. They fight to the end. No, they do. Neil's back. He says, yes, indeed. Yes, good win from Arsenal. Robert says, Cedric 7, White 7, Gabriel 8, Tierney 8. Yeah, pretty much agree with me. Partey 6. I thought Partey maybe a bit better than a 6. Xhaka 6. He says Ødegaard 7, Saka 8. Laka 7, Smith-Rowe 8, man of the match. Yeah, I thought man of the match, and he says it in Nketiah 6. We've got 4 for it, says Neil. I'm sure of it. Well, yeah, possibly we have. Robert says Pepe was okay 7. Well, he wasn't really on long enough, was he? He didn't really do enough, perhaps. And Regenda says 2-1 to the Arsenal. It was 2-1 in the end. It should have been a little bit more comfortable, maybe, but we've got the job done. And yeah, I mean, 4th place is on for us. Let's get it right. We're in with a big shout, aren't we? You know, we keep picking up these points now. That's 2 wins in a row. We've got another home game on Thursday. That's a big game against Wolves, isn't it? They're a good side, Wolves. They're up in the running, aren't they, for a European place, even for the top 4. So that's another big game on Thursday. But we got the job done today. We played well in that first half without being able to score. We did get the 2 goals in the second half. Funnily enough, we scored the 2 goals on a counter-attack at home when Brentford maybe slightly overcommitted, and we picked them off and got the goals. So yeah, it was a good performance from Arsenal. Everybody played pretty well. It was a decent performance. Just that soft goal at the end, maybe a little bit of a dampener on it, because we haven't conceded that many, have we, for a while. And Robert says, up the gunners, we have Martinelli back. Yeah, we have Martinelli back, but who plays next game? Does Martinelli come straight back in? Who do we leave out? Smith-Rowe was brilliant today. He got the important first goal. Do we leave him out? I'm not sure if we should leave him out next game. You know, maybe Martinelli's going to have to, fight for his place again. Maybe he's going to have to start on the bench and come back on. Maybe that's what he's going to have to do. So we'll have to see, though. It's interesting, isn't it? It's good. It's good options there for Arteta, isn't it? Who's he going to pick in the team for Wolves on Thursday? Maybe 1 or 2 others that we need to look at, who maybe could get a game. Obviously, Tomiyasu could come back in, although Cedric's played well again. Rajendra there in the chat says Pepe was better than Nketiah. Well, he was on longer, wasn't he? So he had more of a chance to get into the game. I don't think Nketiah really did he? But no, he played all right. Pepe, he did okay, didn't he? I'm not sure he's quite ready to start the game yet. But anyway, a good performance from Arsenal in the end, and a good 3 points. Those 2 goals in the second half proved to be just about enough. Neil says there, start the same, bring on Martinelli after 55 minutes for Laka. Depends how the game's going, I guess. But Terry says, to be fair, Brentford defence. But well, no, they did. I thought Brentford defended well pretty much throughout the whole game, didn't they? And in the end, it was only when they maybe committed people forward to try and get a goal that we got the 2 goals on the counter-attack, didn't we? And 2 good goals as well from our talisman, if you like, Emile Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka. And Shane says there, Martinelli in the middle, the ref looked fitter than Laka. He was very slow. If that ref looks fitter than anyone, any player, you'd have to be worried about his fitness, wouldn't you? Because he's probably the most unfit referee in the Premier League, Jonathan. But he did all right today, actually, the ref, didn't he? There was no silly decisions. There was only a couple of yellow cards and a decent performance from the referee, actually. You've got to say that. You know, we criticise them enough when they're poor. They're poor quite often. But today, I thought Jonathan Moss had an all right game, didn't he? He let things go and he was fine. We didn't have any problems with him today. So I say well done to the referee. Makes a change, doesn't it? We'll just run through the other scores then. It was West Ham 1, Newcastle 1, of course, earlier. As we said, we saw that one before. That was Dawson for West Ham and then Joe Willock for Newcastle. Well done, Joe. Obviously, we beat Brentford 2-1. Watford 1-1 at Villa. Wow, that was a bit of a shock. It was Emmanuel Dennis, another player I really like, actually got their goal. Burnley won 3-0 at Brighton. Brighton have had a lot of games lately, haven't they? Whether it's caught them a little bit. It was Weghorst, Brownhill and Lennon for Burnley. Chelsea won 1-0 at Palace. A last-minute goal from Ziyech gets Chelsea the 3 points. Liverpool did come from behind to beat Norwich 3-1 at Anfield. Rashica gave Norwich the lead, but it was Mane, Salah and Diaz with the goals for Liverpool. They won 3-1. And Southampton, they're in good form, actually. They're playing well, aren't they, today? At the moment, sorry, Southampton. They beat Everton 2-0 at St Mary's. It was Armstrong and Long with their goals also, both in the second half. Of course, 5:30 game tonight is Man City against Tottenham. So that's been an interesting day in the Premier League today, hasn't it? There's been a few goals, a couple of shock results. And, of course, the good news for Arsenal is we have got the results. So in terms of the table then, City are still top, played 25, 63 points. Look as though they're going to win the league. Liverpool now also played 25. They've got 57, so they've cut that gap to 6 points. They'll be hoping Tottenham do them a favour, won't they? Obviously, we don't want that to happen. Chelsea are third. They've played 25 as well. They've got 50 points. Probably too far off to challenge for the title. Man United are fourth. They've also played 25. They've got 43 points. Then it's interesting now, isn't it? West Ham are fifth. They've played 26. They've got 42 points. Arsenal are sixth. We've played 23. Few games in hand now. We've got 42 points as well. So if we win 3 games in hand on West Ham, 2 on Man United, we will definitely be in the top 4. Wolves are then 7th. They played 23. They've got 37 points. So that's a big game, isn't it, this week? Tottenham are then 8th, played 22, 36 points. And they've got some games in hand. Brighton are 9th, 25, 33. If we go down to the bottom, then Norwich are still bottom, 25 played, 17 points. Then Burnley, 22 played and 17 points. So they've got some games in hand. Burnley, Watford won today. They've got 18 points from 24. Newcastle out of the bottom 3. They've played 24, got 22. Everton played 23. They've got 22. Wow, Everton are in trouble, aren't they? They lost today as well. Then Leeds played 23, got 23 points. And then Brentford in 14th, played 26 now, and they've got 24 points. So they're only 6 points off of the bottom 3. Watford have got 2 games in hand on them. So they are in a relegation battle. Crystal Palace have played 25. They've got 26. Aston Villa are 12, played 24, got 27. Leicester are 11th, played 22, got 27. And then Southampton are 10th, played 25 and got 32. Good form, Southampton, at the minute. And they probably might fancy their chances of a late run for Europe. We've had a few comments coming in. Rajendra says, I'm not talking about starting, not when Laka goes off, but put Pepe on. Yeah, maybe sometimes that can work. Robert says, well, here, let's support the Arsenal women. They're doing brilliant. If you're near their ground to support them, this is a club and they play great football. No, you're right. Robert's right there. The women are doing brilliantly. I'm actually going to the 2 games at the Emirates against Wolfsburg and Tottenham at the end of March. That's going to be good. I'll be there for both of those 2 games. Looking forward to that. Got me tickets already, so that's going to be great stuff. Robert says he was a great ref. He was today. And Robert says, speak later. Yeah, see you later, mate. Thanks for tuning in. We'll speak again very soon, I'm sure. Terry says, have we got Wolves on Thursday? Yep, this Thursday night, it's Wolves at the Emirates. Big game. Udako in the chat there says, how VAR not even checked for Pepe's penalty? Yeah, I mean, maybe they did. I'm not sure. But it wasn't given, obviously. We never get penalties on VAR, do we? Let's be honest. Shane says there, thanks, Richard. Great commentary. Not going to get carried away with the top 4 till April. 1 game at a time. Each one a final. Coming to go. No, you're right. I'll tell you why. Because everybody's dropping points, aren't they? We're seeing it happen. You really putting together a string of wins. We've had a poor run. We're now starting to get back. We've had 2 wins, and that's good. So yeah, let's just, as you said, I agree. Take it one game at a time. Let's see what happens on Thursday. If we can win that game, that will put us in a great position, won't it? We'll be on 45 points with 24 games, and that will be a good place to be, won't it? So let's hopefully that we can get that win. But yeah, I agree. Take one game at a time. Wolves are a dangerous team. We know that they are. They certainly could come to the Emirates and win. They did last season. So it's a game we need to be wary of. But yeah, let's keep this going. Let's definitely keep this going and see where we are. Rajendra says their commentary brilliant, good and normal, and as good as normal. Yeah, I'm sure. Thanks for that, Rajendra. And Robert says nice one today. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for watching. Rajendra says thanks, Richard. Watch you on Thursday. Yep. Coming up on the channel actually on Monday, I'll be releasing Matt's match day video, a guide to the Liverpool women. Obviously, Arsenal women play there next weekend, next Sunday in the FA Cup. So if anybody's going to that game, there's a video coming out on Monday. And Matt went there last week to watch their game, so he's got a few tips about where to stand in the ground, where to get tickets, all that kind of stuff, pubs to go to, food prices, all that kind of stuff. So that'll be out on Monday. That's going to be good. Tuesday night, of course, we'll have the Tuesday clinic with the usual gang, looking back on this game, looking ahead to Wolves as well. Big week this for Arsenal. We've started it well with that victory. Let's hope we can get another one on Thursday. Then, of course, it will be the Arsenal women's show again on... Oh, no, sorry, we've got a watch-along Thursday first, haven't we? Thursday night, we'll be here for the watch-along the Wolves game, of course. That's going to be great stuff. So please join me for that. And then, of course, Friday, the Arsenal women's show with the gang, looking ahead to the Liverpool game in the FA Cup and any other news that comes in from the Arsenal women, of course, some internationals as well. So loads going on there. So that's all coming up on the channel this week. So it's busy time. But if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing. We are heading towards 900, and then we won't be far to 1,000, will we? So thanks to everyone for your support today on the show. Thanks for all your comments in the chat. Great to see all you guys. Good victory for Arsenal in the end. Please give it a like before you go as well. See if we can get towards 20. A little bit lower today. A little bit lower view today, actually. I thought it might have been a little bit busier, actually. But anyway, I'm sure we'll be all back Thursday for some more. Udeko says there, luckily, Ivan Toney not playing today. Wolves looking for the revenge. No, you're right. Ivan Toney is a big miss for Brentford. He's a good player. I like him. I wouldn't mind seeing him at the Emirates. Neil says, catch you soon. Yeah, catch you soon, mate. Definitely. We'll have to get something sorted very, very soon. Without a shadow of a doubt. Hopefully see you Thursday or Tuesday maybe in the chat. If you're around Tuesday, come on the Tuesday clip. Let me know. You can maybe come on Tuesday night if you're around. That could be good. Otherwise, I say we'll maybe sort something out for another time. So yeah, loads coming up on the channel, as I say. So please subscribe and click the notifications as well, so you get notified whenever we go live. Which next will be Tuesday for the Tuesday click. I say don't forget Monday for the Liverpool women's guide to the stadium. Terry says there, well done, Richard. Great commentary again. Thanks, mate. Yeah, have a great weekend. And Toodle, quick everybody in the chat. See you Tuesday. Yep, see you Tuesday, Terry. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Neil says there, at the game on Thursday. If you're around Tuesday for the Tuesday clip, let me know, mate. You can pop on that if you're free. It'll be a good game Thursday. Yeah, a good game to go to. I'm sure you'll enjoy that. Should be a decent one. Big game as well. Important game, isn't it? 2 teams fighting for that place in the top 4, top 6. So that should be a great game, that, on Thursday against Wolves. So we will obviously enjoy that one here on the channel if you're not at the game. Let's have a look. Wolves must be playing tomorrow, are they? Let's have a look. Yeah, they're playing at home to Leicester. So if they win that game, they'll be 2 points behind us. How big that game is going to be. And Leeds Man United tomorrow as well. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it? The game kicks off on Thursday, 7:45. So I'll go live about 7:30 for that one. But we've got the Tuesday clinic anyway at 8 o'clock on Tuesday. So we will see you all then. Thank you very much for watching. Neil says, if you want to come on Tuesday, let us know, mate. We can find space for you on the Tuesday clinic. I'm sure it'll be good to everyone. So, yes, that's that today. It's finished here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. Decent enough performance from Arsenal overall. There's 2 second-half goals from who else? Emile Smith-Rowe and Bukayo Saka, which we did like it very much. And then Brentford did score in the very last minute with Christian Norgard for them right at the end of stoppage time. Goal that went to VAR. initially disallowed for offside, but it was given. It was onside as well. And we had a goal disallowed in the first half from Lacazette as well, which again was probably the right decision. So VAR, the officials worked well today for once. We didn't get anyone sent off either, which is unusual, isn't it? Only the third game in 2022 we've completed with 11 players, so that was nice. And we can look forward now to Thursday. So yeah, a good result for Arsenal. Really good win. Yeah, we need to improve. We know that we've got a lot of tough games coming up, but that was a good 3 points. We move on to Thursday. And I'll be back, I'll say Tuesday, with the Tuesday clinic. So please join me for that. Thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks to everybody in the chat as well. Brilliant to have you guys on board today as well. And I will see you all on Tuesday. And say stay tuned, and we will speak to you soon. And Neil said, thank you, always appreciate the invite, and we'll try to do it. And you know what, mate, let us know if you can, as soon as you can, so I can get that all sorted out for Tuesday. So that's that today. I say finished Arsenal 2, Brentford 1. Good victory, keeps us ticking over nicely, challenging for that top 4. That's what we want. We may well do it, you know. Wow, who would have thought that after the first 3 games of the season? We got our revenge on Brentford anyway. We've just got another 16, is it 15, 16 games to play? We've got 16 to play, haven't we? So it's 16 big games to come for Arsenal. See if we can do it. You know, that top 4 is there, isn't it? For somebody, why not us? We certainly are in a good position, aren't we? We've got to win today. Let's keep pushing on. I will see you Tuesday for the Tuesday click. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Give it a share around as well. Click on the notifications. I'll speak to you very soon. And in the meantime, of course, as always, come on, you Gunners. Come on. Big win today. Brilliant stuff. Well played, Arsenal. Bukayo Saka and Smith Rowe. We like it. We like it. We like it. See you soon, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.